give me your shit. We're headed up to here. Tell them make my intentions clear. I don't give a fuck about your skin and grind. Well, you can't let them at the Lower East Side. Just a working class homicide. Get in the short end of the stick. Ain't my problem if I'm not like you. I ain't sucking up the same thing. You call that negative? I can't stand living. I can't stand you. I just get paid enough. This is my favorite blinded me. I can see as far as I can spit. That's where you're wrong. I can see quite clear. I can see that you're full of shit. You got that negative. Think I'm out of touch. I can't stand living. I can't stand you. I just can't hate enough. Wait up. Thank you. Go fuck yourself.
What's happening? Who's ready for this today, huh? I hope you are. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Worldwide live. Yeah. And we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, The Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, Your Core Hardcore fan page, DTFM, Vinyl Distro, and the Gutierrez Brothers. Chacho's Tacos. What's going on, everybody? You feeling my Clash shirt, huh? It's that kind of a day. What's up, Big Rob? Hope you're well. What's happening in France, Max? Hope you're keeping them French girls in check, bro. You got your Sheer Terror shirt on today? I hope so. It is Sunday shout out day. We're all really looking forward to this one. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know? There you go. What do I need to mention? I think all day long, I think, so I got to mention this and I got to talk about that. And I get on the show and I'm like, hey, what's up? Bah! That's how it goes, man. Let me see what's going on. Hey, what's up, Lori Dawn in Long Island? What's happening? In Buffalo. What's up in Buffalo? Is it still snowing in Buffalo, bro? Yep. What's up, Mike Mango? Good to see you, man. Holland's in the house. Look, the gang's all here. The gang's all here. Let's have a great. It is Sunday shout out day, so let's do. I want to shout out the avocado, and I want to shout out the lemon. Those are my first two shout outs. Avocado and lemon. Big shout outs today. Are getting big shout outs. Coming up a week from today. I forgot to line all this stuff up. I forgot. Danny Schuler from Biohazard's coming on a week from today. Here you go. Pick it up deluxe. 1 week from today. There is no Wednesday show. This week there will be a Patreon show this week. So Danny's coming up on Sunday. Pick it up deluxe. And then a couple days after that, from Crucial Truth and later of Circus of Power. It's going to be a good one. Alex Mitchell. For those that may remember A7 band Crucial Truth, they put out that great Rat Cage release. Watching while Chacho's Tacos is in the house. Absolutely. Watching in South Florida while barbecuing. Yeah? Is that right? Don't hurt yourself. Hey, you know what? Let's get it going. I'm sure I'll remember what I'm supposed. You know what? Let me start with this. Look, I want to thank the members of the Academy. I want to thank. Hold on. Let me clear the deck here. I got something in the mail, and I want to thank this guy. He sent me this. This was sent to me from overseas. Actually, here it is right here. This is a Sepultura Third World Chaos VHS that I produce through my company, Stone Films NYC. I want to thank Nadim Michael Bibi, who saw me mention this on a show with Igor. And I said, I don't even have one of those. And he sent this to me. So thank you, bro. I appreciate it, even though it's in a different region and I can't watch it. But remember VHSs? Remember long form VHSs? You know, I got to get, I think this thing went in VHS long form world. I think this thing went gold, which is like, I think it's like 50,000 copies. I think it went gold. I got to get a fucking gold record for that to add to my collection of nonsense on the wall. There you go. What's happening with the Hardcore Shutterbug? What's up, bro?
What's up? How you doing?
What you
Happy
drinking,
Sunday.
man?
Cat Fight coffee today. Shout out AC Slade.
You drinking Cat Fight coffee?
Drinking the black walnut Cat Fight coffee.
Your cat looks pretty
He's mellow as hell right now. What's up, buddy?
Cat Fight coffees, that's AC Slade's stuff, right?
It's good stuff.
Yeah, man.
It's good stuff. And I got it. It came in a lunchbox, like an old school 70s lunchbox, Pretty cool.
Joe Amato, shout out to Felipe. See you on the 27th, brother. All right. There's our first shout out.
Nice.
So let's do photo of the day.
Let's do photo of the day today. I think it's kind of a fun one today.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, we had a pretty amazing day yesterday, didn't we?
Oh, you're giving it away already?
No, not really. Not really.
Photo of the day. This is what you sent me?
I sent you like 7 shots. Did
you? I don't really like this. Wait, you know what? It's going to be
just looking now?
No, but there was another one I really liked, and you didn't include it.
Well, there was a bunch. I mean,
I want to put up my favorite one. Hold on, from the day.
Okay.
Don't get your panties all bunched up. Hold on.
Take your time. Daryl's just licking himself.
At least cats ain't like dogs. Cats are pretty clean.
Oh, they're exceptionally clean, right? Look at them.
Where the fuck?
I think I know the one you're talking about too.
Yeah, the one that we took in the park, right?
Well, there's a bunch there. I mean, I definitely tried to send a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
Fuck it. I give up. Fuck it. I give up. You know what? I'll go with this one.
You can go with this, or you can go with that.
Fuck the world and everybody in it. Let me close all these other ones, so we don't have a catastrophe on our hands. All right, here we go. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm sorry. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Photo of the day.
Boom.
There you go.
Wrong answers only.
Wrong answers only, please. All right. Well, here you go. Judy, what's up, Judy? Awesome walking tour yesterday. Thanks to all. And if you haven't done it yet, be sure to sign on. It was a great day, and special shout out. And thank you to Vlad for an amazing meal at Organic Grill. Is it the East Street? Is it the East Street band? That's good. Is it the Yancey? Is it the Village
the Yancey
people?
Street gang.
That's funny too. Is it the Jackson 13? Is it New Kids on the Block? Hoya Rock. Is it the Justice League?
Yes.
We kind of look like. What's that show I was watching on? Was it Amazon? The Boys. Is it the Boys?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Is it the Devo? Is it the Dead End Kids? Is it the Devo reunion? Is it the Avengers? All right. Is it the Borg invasion of New York City?
Oh, I get that. I get where they're coming with that one.
Yeah, I do too. Is it One Direction? Is it the Grateful Dead? Kind of funny. I like this one. Is it ELO? Do you want my love? I need it. What was ELO's big
telephone line?
What's that?
Telephone line was a big one.
Oh, telephone line. Give me some time. Yeah, man. All right. Enough silliness. Let me we're gonna have a lot of laughs on today's show, so you don't need me fucking being silly to start this thing off, you know? Right?
Absolutely.
You don't need my silly shit. Here's another one, and here's everybody's and you could rank on this guy right here. Feel free. You know what? I'm gonna rank on him. I'm gonna rank on him a little bit. Here you go. There you go.
I love that one.
All right. What is it? Tell us what this is.
Well, Judy just laid it out nicely and clear as full. We had one of your famous walking tours, and we invited a bunch of the Patreons to come out, and it was a fantastic day. I mean, the weather could not have been better. And, you know, we started up on where were we? 52nd Broadway, and went all the way down, all the way down to CBGB. And just an excellent day, fun people. And the cool thing, as someone who's done this before, is that you kind of took different routes this time. And, due to some troubleshooting and some closed subway stations and things, it was a blast. We had a great bunch of people, and the kids from Reaching Out came down, and it was a lot of fun. It really was.
You know what? Let me interrupt you there with something for a second. Hey, who the fuck brings a bike on a walking tour?
I do.
What the fuck is that, bro? You show up on a walking tour like you're delivering tacos or something. What the fuck, man?
Hey, it's no tacos. I delivered me.
I love her face at this one. She looks like she's seen Godzilla.
This motherfucker with his bike. Bro, we'll deal with you later, bro, with album of the week.
That reminded me of that scene in The Untouchables when he said, "Who brings a knife to a gunfight?"
Right. This is a knife, right? Right?
No, that was Crocodile Dundee you're talking about.
Wasn't it in The Untouchables? Didn't Sean Connery, wasn't there a line like that? Like
he said, he said to Andy Garcia, "Who brings a knife to a gunfight?"
Oh, whoa, stop.
Whoa.
Stop right there. I gotta know right now.
And you know what? I gotta tack on to
Here you go. Listen, right here, boom. Listen, this is us at Organic Grill. The tour was great yesterday. We did Drew Stone Cinematic and Music Walking Tour. All patrons welcome. We do it once a season. We had a great turnout. And I got to shout out, big shout out being it's Sunday shout out day. I got to shout out Vlad from Organic Grill who fed us, and it was great.
Vlad is the man.
Vlad's the man.
You know what? Sadly, I missed the last portion of the show. I missed Vlad, but I was lucky enough when I got back to Long Island, I ended up having dinner with Lori Dawn and Ron Grimaldi and Danielle and Vinny. So it was a hardcore day from dawn to dusk yesterday. It was a beautiful day. It really was. And it was great. Just it couldn't have been a better day. It
was great. And I want to thank all the patrons and it's a fun thing too. And I love doing it, man. I love doing this New York City walking tour thing. It's great.
Good for the Cavs.
Yeah, listen. They trained me, and I got my tour guide license, and then things sort of took this.
You have to get a license for that?
If you want to be legit, not that they ever asked for it. Here's the photo I was looking for. This is the fucking photo I was looking for. Boom. This is us in Central Park yesterday.
Yes, that one's awesome.
This is the one I was looking for.
Yeah, that was in the batch I sent you. I love that shot.
Listen, bro, I'm trying over here.
I love the I love the whole positioning of that one.
There was a funny moment yesterday at a certain point. Now, a bunch of us are fully vaccinated, right? And this guy pulls up. We were down on the Lower East Side. This guy pulls up and he goes, "Where are your masks? Where's your masks?" Remember that? And pretty much everyone in unison turned and went, "Fuck you." That was funny, man. That was kind of funny.
You know what's great? Like Washington Square Park,
You remember that, Chucky? Chucky was there.
Yeah, he was.
And then he realized, like, if another thing came out of his mouth, we were gonna pull him out of his car and beat him to a pulp. And he hightailed it out of there. Nobody was wearing. I mean, a lot of people in the city yesterday, a lot of people aren't wearing masks, man.
Hey, we had a dog attack too. That wasn't bad. The
dog bite on my leg.
That giant chocolate Labrador came running at me.
Meanwhile, it's a fucking chocolate Labrador. Fucking chocolate Labradors, like.
He just wanted to be friends.
Chocolate Labradors lick their balls. That's about it. That's about all they're good for.
Dale's been doing that for the last half hour now.
They're like nice dogs. Anyway, all right. Well, good.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Have an impeccable show.
Oh, that's the word of the day, right? You're using big words now, right? Huh? Impeccable.
Sid
threw that on me today. He said, "Yo, it was impeccable." I said, "Impeccable? The fuck, bro? We're using big words today. The big words are getting broken out."
Impeccable kid.
DJ the impeccable. All right, I'll talk to you in a bit. Hey, this is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, Your Core Hardcore fan page, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Your Core Hardcore fan page, and Chacho's Tacos, the Gutierrez brothers in Corpus Christi, Texas. Located in Corpus Christi, Texas, Chacho's Tacos opened their doors in 2001, home of the almighty Chacho's Taco. They cook up an incredible home-style Tex-Mex food, and this month they're celebrating the 20th anniversary. They've been supporting underground music since the beginning, and in their own words, we ain't going anywhere. We ain't stopping soon. Touring bands that play Corpus Christi swing by and get a home-cooked meal. At Chacho's Tacos, we got you. The underground scene will never die. Please follow us on Facebook or on Instagram. While we're at it, New York Hardcore Comics opened back in 2013 when lifelong friends Dewey Pro and Lee Fairley combined their collections and obsessions for comic books, punk rock, toys, statues, Magic the Gathering, and all things horror. The store's located at 117 Main Street in lovely Dobbs Ferry, New York. If you want to support them during this pandemic, please contact them by email at newyorkhardcorecomics@gmail.com. There you go. That said, make sure everybody's all right out there. Let's bring our guest on, and let's get down to it. You see everybody all right? Nobody starting any trouble? Yes, Chacho's Tacos in the house. Yep. In the immortal words of Choke, fuck you, we ain't gonna stop. What's up, Mosh in Berlin? How you doing? Hey, John Bernays, all right. How's the funeral biz, bro? How's business over there at the funeral home, huh? All right. That said, let me think. What else we got? We're good. Here we go. We clear the deck. What the heck? It is Sunday Shout Out Day. That said, here we go. Today's guest is a singer-songwriter and DJ hailing from New York City. He is known for his work with the band Joe Coffey, but is best known for over 37 years as the frontman and one of the founding members of the iconic New York hardcore band Sheer Terror. Please welcome, and it's an honor to have him, coming at us from Staten Island, New York, the Reverend Paul Bearer. What's up?
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. All right.
How's things out in Staten Island?
I'm not in Staten Island no more.
I thought you were in Staten Island.
Nah. I'm up here. I moved out of there over a year ago. I'm upstate, I guess you want to call it. I'm in Orange County in Hudson Valley.
Ah, I did not know that. I thought
about an hour and a half drive from the city.
Got it. But you grew up in Staten Island.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Staten Island. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit.
I wasn't when I was a kid, but mostly Staten Island.
Tell us a little bit about how you came up, where you came up, and how music came into your life.
Well, when you said born and raised in Staten Island, was in the West Brighton projects, born at St. Vincent's Hospital. My mother and father. My father grew up in the South Bronx when the Polacks had the little enclave there.
Where in the South Bronx would that be, by the way? Do you have any idea?
he was like around like Fordham and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Fordham Road or whatever.
that's where my dad grew up.
Yeah,
Right?
he grew up there. His father, they had a haberdashery. They had 2 bars there. Yeah, there was like a little Polish enclave up there, and he grew up there with his family. His father died when he was young from wound suffered in World War II. So my father was pretty much taking care of the family when he was a kid, and grew up working at bars. He grew up working for a one-arm Polak who fucking just smacked him around when he was a kid. He used to beat him, doing his job. Like, get to work. Blah, blah, blah. His best friend was Walter Bialy, who at like 16 years old, he stood like over 7 feet tall.
Wow.
And my father's best friend, and they used to run around and get in trouble and whatnot. So
a haberdashery is a hat shop, right?
It's like a catch-all type of place, like clothing or whatever.
Got it.
Housewares or whatever. So he grew up in the South Bronx. My mother grew up in Brooklyn, Hoyt Schermerhorn, around there, and they met. Blah, blah, blah. They met when my father was in the Navy. They met at the dance. Blah, 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 fell in love. Got married, honeymooned in Niagara Falls, the whole bit, and
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, they wound up in Staten Island, and I'm the youngest out of 3. It was my brother being the oldest, my sister Sandy, rest in peace, with the middle, and then it was me. And music in the house. I mean, my mom, when she was young, my mom had a beautiful voice, and but she didn't really sing. She used to sing when she was younger. And there was 2 things when my mom was a kid. Her choice of doing is either singing or joining the roller derby.
Oh, wow.
But my mother was this tiny little thing, and she wanted to join the roller derby. So, but I was like, what teenagers did back then, what they thought about. Roller
derby was big back then.
Yeah, no, it was huge. It was huge. Oh yeah.
My dad tells me that my dad's grandmother, they loved wrestling. She loved Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George. Oh yeah, Tony Rocca and all those guys. Oh yeah.
I come from a Polish family too. I guess it's something from the old country that they brought over.
Big time.
Yeah,
I watch a bunch of ham hands fucking beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
What's
right.
You can see that in your living room.
Yeah. But roller derby, I remember even as a kid, roller derby, we'd watch it on TV, like on Sunday mornings or whatever. Roller derby was a big thing, like in the early 70s.
Yeah, like it was something like, I think it was like being from California and shit like that.
Yeah.
But so they like I said, all that, a beautiful voice. She was actually going to be on a Ted Mack's Amateur Hour. It was a TV show.
Sure.
And she was going to sing, and she got there, and she's in the studio, the whole bit, and she got stage fright.
Oh. And
she couldn't go on. So that shot it right there. And yeah. You
ever have stage fright when you did it ever happen to you? Like really, like has that ever been an issue with you?
No. Yeah. Honestly, even when I first went on stage when I was like 14, nah. I just was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of helps you take a look at my audience. I mean, what the hell's that? What are they gonna say?
I know, but you've done some big shows, I mean,
it gets it gets a little overwhelming sometimes, but it's like fuck this, I got to go out and do this now, and I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna have fun, I'm gonna tell people to go fuck themselves, and I do my job, do my bit, do it to the best of my ability or whatever.
Yeah,
and so. Never had stage fright, but yeah, she did. So that singing went out for her. So she wanted to be a housewife for years. So, but my brother and my sister listen to music. My brother listened to more like David Bowie, Mott the Hoople, stuff like that. Sabbath. I like cool shit. I think when I was a kid, Slade was very popular in Staten Island in the early 70s.
And your brother played these records, and you heard these in the house.
Yeah, he had them. Early Springsteen, he loved and stuff like that. Like the first couple of records, and I would hear them. I'd sneak in. I'd listen to them every now and then. I remember the cover of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. They scammed me. You know, or Alice Cooper Goes to Hell because of the green face on the cover.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So but I think I listen to him. My sister, she liked more like the pop type of stuff, or Peter Frampton or whatever, and Bay City Rollers or shit like that. And yeah, but my brother had the cool records, and so I go and I listen to them, and I liked what I liked here and there. I mean, the first record I ever got when I was a kid was a compilation, like one of the K-Tel type of things, and because it had Leader of the Pack on it, because I like the motorcycle crash at the end.
Was that the Chiffons? Leader of the Pack?
That's the Shangri-Las, got
The Shangri-Las.
Shangri-Las, yeah, who I still adore. I still love the Shangri-Las.
Yep.
But yeah, had Leader of the Pack on it, and the motorcycle crash at the end, really. I like that when I was a kid. That's why I bought it. It's the only song I ever listened to on the record.
Feliciano asks, what made Paul move to Yonkers?
A van. No.
Thank you. All right, here we go, and away we go. Hey, did you watch you like the Honeymooners? Grow? You like the Honeymooners?
Of course. Come on, Honeymooners, Odd Couple. You know, that's you're New York, and you're Barney Miller. You know,
the Honeymooners were big, man, growing up for me.
Yeah.
And
when I was a kid, I remember like staying up late at night, watch Honeymooners, Odd Couple, and then I'd put on Channel 9. I'd watch the Joe Franklin show.
Joe Franklin was a New York institution. Remember, he had the Ramones on once.
Well, he had everybody on. He was amazing. He was like he'd have like either like some of the biggest things in Hollywood to a family who sings in the shower.
Yeah, he was great.
He was sponsored by Martin Paint and everything. To this day, I'm not going to do it now, but the Martin Paint I have the Martin Paint commercial memorized word for word.
You know, I saw you posted something the other day about Mel Brooks and Blazing Saddles, and how, you know, if anybody has a problem with Blazing Saddles, you know,
nobody has a problem with Mel Brooks who says anything bad when he dies, because now the DMX. Not that I really it affects me at all, but like, you know, DMX dead or anybody dies, all of a sudden everybody's on the freaking internet like, oh, well, you know, he fought dogs, or, you know, oh, he dated a child, or, oh, he sold drugs, or, oh, they always try to find the lowest thing that anybody's ever done to make them look bad, you know. And like, don't get me wrong, if they did these things, yes, they deserve what's coming to them. I'm not saying they don't, but it's just always everybody's trying to dig up dirt, always. Anybody ever tries that with fucking Mel Brooks, I will hunt you down and fucking beat you to death. No, you don't fuck with Mel Brooks. No. That man's a fucking saint. I don't care if he had fucking child slaves in his basement. He deserved them. He's Mel Brooks, damn it. Those kids needed to work anyway.
Blazing Saddles is the funniest film ever made.
Blazing Saddles, the producers. I mean, come on. How can you?
Yeah.
You know, History of the World Part 1 is fucking hilarious. You know, how can you can't fuck up Mel Brooks? Young
Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein, like, you know, all of them. He's like, you can't.
There's also these weird in between ones that I remember seeing, like Silent Movie.
I actually saw in the theater with my friend.
And High Anxiety is another one.
High Anxiety is a great movie. That's a great movie. The first time I saw it, I was too young to understand it, but
History of the World. Yeah.
That's a great movie.
All right, so we veered off. You know, my dad won an Oscar for Best Short Film in 1963 with Mel Brooks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's on YouTube. It's a Best Animated Short Film. It's called The Critic. The Critic.
Is that what the guy with the drawing line? It's like a cartoon.
Yes.
Oh, look at the cockroach.
Yes.
I've seen that. Really, your father looked at that?
That's my dad.
Oh shit! I had no idea. That's amazing. Yeah.
I'll tell you a quick funny Mel Brooks story. I'm a kid and I'm with my dad, and we were in a restaurant somewhere. Might have, some restaurant. I was with my dad and whatever. And I'm a young kid, and all of a sudden I hear he mutters under his breath. He goes, "Oh shit, there's Mel." Right? And he sort of, "Oh shit, there's Mel." Mel Brooks. I see this guy from across the restaurant. He sees my dad, and he makes his way across the restaurant, and in front, and the whole restaurant's packed. And he goes, "Arnie Stone, you schmuck. Are you still making those commercials?" and he launches into this. He launches into this routine right there in front of the whole restaurant, and he just rips my dad. And I'm like a kid, and I'm looking up at I'm like scared. I'm like, what is this guy doing?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I'm with you with the Mel Brooks thing.
Yeah,
man.
I met him once when they work at the door at Brownies.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, there was some girl was singing. I don't know what she was doing. Some sort of what? She was like a friend. They were friends of the family. Him and his wife. There.
She was great. She was Prisoner of Second Avenue. She was funny. She was funny as hell.
I can't remember her name.
Annette. Now, what was Mel Brooks? Hey, audience.
Margaret.
No. Who?
Not Ann Margaret. Ann Margaret.
Not Ann Margaret. Ann Margaret was.
No, but something like that.
Who was audience? Who was Mel Brooks's wife?
And
Helen Keller. She won an Oscar. Anne Bancroft.
Anne Bancroft. I know it was Anne something.
Yeah, Anne. Thank you, Larry the Hunter.
They both came in, and they're in the club already. The club's packed, and they're sitting down or whatever. They're watching this girl sing, and I'm working this door with this guy Lou. You know, I'm doing security. He's doing the door, doing the list or whatever. And then they come walking out. Anne Bancroft, it was right before she died. Still a handsome woman. She comes walking out, and then Mel Brooks walks into the little foyer there. And so he walks in. As soon as you see his face, you got to smile. Because you're like, it's Mel Brooks, you know? So he walks out, and the guy Lou was like, you know, he comes and he shakes my hand. He's like, how you doing? How you doing? And then my boy Lou, who's working the door, he's like, Mr. Brooks, I was wondering if you could sign this book that I'm reading. It's not your book, but it's just a book that I have. If you could, he's like, yeah, sure. What's your name? He's like, Lou. So he's signing. He's like, dear Lou, enjoy the book. My treat. I signed it like I bought it for you.
Hey, James, some guy by the name of James Drescher is doing super stickers for 99 cents and $1.49. What kind of fucking numbers are these?
Fucking basement Jimmy, all right.
You know, Jimmy, that qualifies you to ask a question. So, Mr. James Drescher, if you have a question, please post it in the chat room. So there you go. All right. Oh, she was in The Graduate. A story Lou says.
Yes,
she
was. Yes, she was. Yeah.
Hey, you know, while we're here, since we're going all the fucking, this is going to be that kind of a party. Hey, I saw you. You've been doing. You did a couple of film things, right?
Did a couple of things here and there. Yeah, I was in the Son of No One briefly. I mean, you see me in the background or whatnot. I had one line that they cut, but whatever. And that's who my buddy Ditto.
Ditto directed this, right?
He directed that, and he had a role for me. And I just played a couple. I had one line that they cut. And you see me in the background, and I'm in the thing because my character's name is Officer Pregnant Bitch. Because that's what this homeless woman calls me when I talk. The one line that I cut, she calls me a pregnant bitch.
Is that why when I did my research and looked this up and I saw you in IMDb, it says Paul Bear, and under this your credit is Officer.
Yeah. So that's why I'm pulling it. But they cut it out anyway. They chopped the shit out of that movie. It could have been a lot better if they would have left some things in, some key things, not just me. But
weren't you in that other film with Stigma? What was that one? New York Blood, right? New York Blood. Yeah.
New York Blood. I was in New York Blood. I was in the Soft Hustle.
Right.
But Ethan Minska made.
Did you ever get a chance to work with Peter Green?
If you mean do drugs, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a code of Hollywood code. Did you ever work with him? Yeah, I did.
If you mean sweat your balls off at 4:30 in the morning? Yeah, I did that.
Well, I did a lot of work with that motherfucker, right? I love that guy. He's great. I love Peter Green.
Guy. He's funny, but you know, he's a maniac.
Hey, why not? Let's go back to a little bit of music here. So, how did punk and hardcore come into your orbit?
Well, when I was a kid, I was into loved Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I loved No, whatever records my brother had around and everything. I got into Kiss there briefly. I was a big Kiss fan. But then, you know, I didn't go to big concerts, not like that, really. That just wasn't on my thing or whatever. You know, I saw maybe some outdoor shit or whatever. You know what I mean? But like going like the big things like that, I just didn't go. I don't. And Sid Vicious, this punk rock thing was happening over here, like in the papers and stuff like that with the Sex Pistols and all that. Of course, like as a kid, I'd catch it here and there, you know, on the news or in the paper. And then when Sid Vicious killed his girlfriend or whatever happened, and since that was in New York, that was, you know, it was all in the papers. So
If you read the fucking New York Post, it sure was.
Exactly. But when that shit happened, I was intrigued to say the least. I was like, this shit's crazy. They're killing each other.
Yeah.
So I went out and I went to this when I was living in Yonkers. I went to the library and I stole Nevermind the Bollocks on cassette, which I still have.
Wow.
And yeah, then it was downhill. I was Kiss did not stand a chance after that. Once I got into punk rock, once I played that, I was like, Kiss what? Kiss my ass. And I was going out buying every shitty punk rock record you could possibly buy.
What from Sex Pistols? I'm just wondering where that led you. Like Sex Pistols.
Sex Pistols. Then I go funny. Actually, I'd actually seen the Ramones. Not saw them live, but I'd see the Ramones records, like in the stores, and they just looked like the dirtbag kids that lived around the corner on Hygeia Street, Staten Island, like these dirtbag like rock and roll Puerto Rican kids. And like I would, I pronounced the name of the band Ramones because I was like, oh wow, these Puerto Rican kids put out a record.
That's funny.
Because they look just like them. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I thought it was like some Puerto Rican rock and roll band or some shit. So then I found out they were.
These Mexican kids are really doing it these days.
You know what I mean? This is real.
How about like what else I mean, okay, the Clash.
Clash, of course, the Clash, you know, because then I started getting into more things and buying records, hanging out at record stores. Essentially, there's one record store in Yonkers, Mad Platters, which was an amazing store. It was right down the block from where I went to high school. And, you know, I forget the Plasmatics. I got into a huge Plasmatics fan. And I saw them on the pier.
I remember that when she drove the car into the East River.
Yeah, that was fucking amazing.
I remember that.
So I was at the pier show. I was at I only went to one of the Clash shows at Bonds. I don't even know who the fuck opened. I don't remember. I was a kid, but you know, it was like you just walked in off the fucking street with those shows. I mean,
it was a different. It was a different world. Hey, James Drescher had paid for his question. He says, "Tell the tell the got any grapes joke."
Maybe at another time. It's a long one.
All right, so you're up in Yonkers. Music's coming into your orbit. You're going out. You're seeing shows.
Yeah,
and it's getting heavier.
Yeah, because I was like I said, I was a kid. I was like, got into it when I was like around 12.
Wow.
Then going to shows when I started going to shows when I was 13. When I turned 13, I started sneaking out.
Was that Rock and Rex Records in Yonkers?
That was across the street. Mad Platters was across the street from where Rock and Rex was. This was years before Rock and Rex. Years before Rock and Rex. I used to work there at Mad Platters, and then Tony who had Rock and Rex, worked there after me. After I moved. Anyway, so I would sneak out. I tell my folks I'm going to stay at my friend's house or whatever, and I would just take the 20 bus to Woodlawn Station, and get on the 4 train. That's the terminal there, and just take the 4 train into the city.
Let me interject.
But I didn't look at it like that. I was just like, I want to go to a show, and meanwhile I'm getting threatened with razor blades and.
Having done some growing up, I went to Kennedy High School up that way. Mm-hmm. Up in Yonkers, to take the number 20 bus to the number 4 fucking train to come all the way into the city is like the equivalent of fucking going to fucking the Midwest. It is a fucking right. It's a fucking haul, man.
Yeah. And then coming home, there was no buses running late at night, so I come off the train, and it would be whatever time of the hell it was. I get home, and course, I didn't save any money for a cab and nothing like that because I'm a stupid kid. So I'd fucking walk. I'd walk from the Bronx to Yonkers. I'd take me like an hour and a half to walk home.
I know how far that is. That's far.
The Major Deegan and Central Avenue. I'd fucking walk. Yeah, I mean, what else was I gonna do? I was gonna call my parents and tell them, "Hey, can you come pick me up in the Bronx?"
Hey, it's 3:00 in the morning. Can you come and get me? Yeah, upstate road. The number 4 train for Woodlawn takes forever. Well, it's the last stop too. You know.
Yeah, that's the terminal right there. I remember it was a New Year's Eve. I forget. I want to say it was like New Year's Eve, 83 to 84, and I got on the train, and I get on the train at the terminal. I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting, and it's fucking freezing cold out. And I'm like, wait, the train ain't fucking moving. And then I look to the end, the cops are pulling out this dead guy who fucking off of the end of the train, or I guess he froze to death or whatever. His homeless guy. Dead. The guy was all stiff like this. They're pulling him out the train. I'm like, oh, okay. And then finally the train takes off.
Also, I remember because I was on the other train line over, the number 1. We took the number 1 all the way up to my stop was 231st.
Sure.
And being on that train at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, I remember like it was literally out of the Warriors. I remember like the Decepticons coming through. We were sitting there like, and the Decepticons came through the train, and we were just like, exactly. It was like the Warriors back then.
No, it was. Man. It was like the Warriors, and it was like like freaking Puerto Ricans and shit like that. Homeboys like giving you shit because you didn't crease your jeans.
Yeah.
That was the stupidest thing. There's not iron creases in your jeans. You're not supposed to do that with blue jeans, you fucking idiot.
Who'd you connect with? And anybody like who did you have a wingman running party? Did you connect with anybody from the early hardcore scene? When did that kind of happen?
Not real. When I was young, I was on my own a lot because I was very antisocial. I had very bad skin, even worse than I do now at 53, and I didn't like anybody. I was just very antisocial. Is
that right?
School, yeah, I don't go figure. In school, I used to get shit. Everybody used to give me shit because I was the only like punk rock skinhead kid running around, and I had very few friends up there, and I ran around by myself a lot. And then my buddy Tony, who ran Rock and Rex Records, when I ran into him, he was more like into like new romantic shit and whatever, like weird shit. And then we started hanging out and going to shows together. So I had him when I turned about, I don't know, 15, 16 or whatever. Me and him would hang out, go to shows together. We'd take the train in together and stuff like that. But when I was a kid, it was like, especially young, I was by myself. And, I hooked up when I did my first band thing with these older guys. Older cats lived in New Rochelle.
Was that Fathead Suburbia?
That was Fathead Suburbia.
Tell us about that.
I put an ad. I wanted to be in a band, and I put an ad in like the aquarium, and that I was a singer. I was like 13 years old. Put an ad and say, I want to sing a hardcore punk singer. So I got a call from this guy Josh, and he called me, and came pick me up and drove me to the studio in the Bronx in New Rochelle, across from the Steiner. I forget the name of it. It was upstairs, and it's like
right on Main Street, New Rochelle.
Maybe there was a diner there. I forget the name of the fucking diner.
Near where Streets used to be. That same, I think.
I don't remember exactly the situation. Mm-hmm. But so he kind of picked me up. We go upstairs. There was a studio that him and his friends had. This other guy, older guy, Emilio, who played drums, who was more like a prog rock guy. Mm-hmm. And Mark played bass. And they had a band called, that was actually a band called Social Security.
Social Security?
Social Security. And they
kind of great.
But we never did nothing. We practiced a lot. Or not even a lot. Practice here and there. Nothing ever happened. And then Josh had this other band going with these blue-eyed jazz kids. They were all like, maybe 19 to 21 years old, older than me. And they were all like more like, they were jazz musicians. Mm-hmm. But they like the hardcore stuff. They love the Bad Brains and that kind of stuff like that. They love the Time Signatures and all this shit. Mm-hmm. That's how they got into hardcore and everything. They were punk. And he's like, why don't you come over? We'll start doing this. And like, they already had a singer named George. And I can do backups or whatever. Or we can trade off or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, what the hell? So I went and I started hanging out with them. And like the few practiced a few times with them, and then the bass player John Tucky, who turned into a priest, he became a priest. He was a bass player, and his fingers were like a tarantula.
Happens to the best of them.
You know, yeah. And Gene, the drummer, he's living over in England now. He's still a drummer, jazz drummer, plays with a lot of people, does a lot of session work and everything. Amazing guy. They taught me timing pretty much and everything. Hanging out with them, they turned me on to Max Roach and a whole bunch of shit like that and everything, which I dug.
Wow,
And,
so you have some real deep jazz influence.
well, yeah, I like what I like. You know what I mean? I'm not an expert by no means, but I like what I like. And they were, like I said, they were blue-eyed jazz kids. They were playing like nerdy white boy shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they would they took me to see I forget Buddy something or other, drummer, jazz drummer. I forget his name.
Buddy Rich?
No, it was a black guy.
No.
I think his name was
Buddy Guy's a blues guy.
Yeah, Buddy Guy's guitarist. I think his name was Buddy anyway.
Right.
And we to see him, and that was amazing. And yeah, so they were more of the jazz and stuff like that. But we only played 2 shows. We did A7.
Is that right?
Yeah, we played A7. I was 14. We won our first,
Wow.
which I think was midnight. You know what? So,
Wow.
Yeah. And I forget who it was. I know the Mob were definitely on the bill.
I didn't know that, and I'm sort of like the A7 historian at this point. I did not know that Fathead Suburbia played
only 2 shows. We played A7, and I know the Mob were on the bill. Crucial Truth, Double O were on the bill, but they didn't go on till like 5 in the morning or some shit like that.
That was the Asian kid from DC.
Yeah, and Bert,
Eric,
yeah, Bert Heroes,
and Bert, right.
Yeah. And then we also played 2+2. And we played
A7 2+2. Yeah.
Yeah, we played 2+2. I'm almost positive it was the night that there was the rumor that the Dead Kennedys were going to play.
Yeah, right.
Supposedly they were in town or some shit. And everybody was talking about how they were going to, they're going to come down and play. They're going to come down. So everybody hung out till whatever. They never showed up. If they were even in town, who knows? But yeah, there was only 2 shows. We had A7.
Oh, here you go. Is it Buddy Steinberg? Is it Buddy Barbarino? No,
it's a black guy.
It's a black guy. Buddy Rodriguez? It's not Buddy Miles. Buddy Miles played with Hendrix.
No. Anyway, I'm thinking it was Buddy. Anyway, it might not be, but I can't remember. It wasn't
Elvin Jones.
Elvin Jones. Thank you.
And we have a winner.
God, why am I thinking Buddy?
Buddy, what are you thinking, Buddy? Buddy, what?
I don't know.
Hey, Buddy, can you spare a dime?
God, why am I thinking Buddy? Yeah, Elvin Jones. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, good.
Anyway, so yeah, we played those shows.
Wait. Here you go. Buddy Armstrong from Murderers Row says, me?
No, it wasn't your Buddy.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, we played that, and actually, we went on second. The Abused went on before us, and I don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah.
You remember this?
I think that might have been the first time that I saw them. They were great. I loved the Abused. I used to go see them whenever I could, actually, whenever the few times they played.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was that night. And I forget who else might have played that night. I remember just hanging outside the whole night, pretty much. You know what I mean?
And then Fathead Suburbia, what? Just sort of.
It's crazy because everybody was in their own heads, and they were all 21, 22, and who's going off to do this, who's going off to do that. You know what I mean? And like I said, they were jazz guys, really. They weren't like lifers. I mean, they were lifers in music, but I
remember 21 was old back then. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I remember, when I first joined Antidote, Arthur Googie was like, I think he was 21 or 23, and we were like, we thought already he was too old for this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that fell apart, and then me and Josh tried to do a couple of things after that. Like we got together, a couple of guys, did a lot of practicing, in the studios and the old music building and shit like that.
Sure.
But nothing ever happened. Never played a show. Never did nothing. And that was like from probably like 83 to 85. No, 83 to 84. Really, yeah, it seemed like forever. Jesus.
And then let me get this straight. If you put an ad in the Village Voice, hardcore punk singer looking for a band?
No. There was a voice in a voice. God, an ad in the Voice.
Oh, got it. Oh, you answered an ad in the Village Voice. My bad. I'm sorry.
For a hardcore metal band, but they didn't say metal. It said, I guess, because of Barry Reed's thick Brooklyn accent, they wrote meadow.
Hey man, it's meadow music.
Exactly, it's like hardcore metal band. So I was like, well, I'm pretty sure it means metal, but I called. I forget who I called. Barry or Blake.
Right.
Called, and that was in December of '84.
And when you walked into that room, who was the band?
It was Blake, who I recognized immediately.
Right.
Just from being around, playing in No Control and whatever, and just always being around. Right. And Barry, I didn't really know. And Reed or Sam, I didn't really know. Barry, I found out later that I did recognize him. He used to have a mohawk at one point in time. He played briefly in the band Adam 12. And
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he played briefly with them, but he also I remember him at a Motorhead show at Lambour's. And what do you call it? Another Perfect Day came out.
You know, I want to say something about Blake. Is that Blake for a lot of people out there that may not know, I gotta recognize Blake because going to hardcore shows in that era. Blake was at every show. I used to talk to him. He was a guy that was every show, everywhere I went. He was a guy. He was like a real pillar of the early New York hardcore
scene. Big time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, still don't know this. He's also needs a Secret Life of Walter Mitty. That guy too. I only recently found out his real name. Maybe the past couple of years. We still don't know how old he is, but he's up there.
Bro, he was 50 years old back then. He's got to be like. Yeah, but Blake was a real pillar, man. Early on, he was at every show, and
Oh yeah, the first practice, I meet at record. I was like, oh wow, this guy. I haven't seen this guy for years.
And did you feel walking into it? Did it feel like hardcore metal? It was more
hardcore than anything back then. I didn't really see the metal thing. Because what he was doing back then, because they were just working on new material, he was playing like old No Control songs, but trying to Sabbath them out a little bit more.
I see.
Or slow them down or whatever. And so, it was just to have something, for me to sing along to.
Right.
So we did that at first, and then we started writing more, Sheer Terror songs or whatever. And because that was the thing. I was with the whole metal thing. I was never a metal guy at all. And but growing up in New York and in the New York hardcore scene, everybody loved Sabbath. Those are skank parts. You listen to fucking, the Abused, forget about it. All those skank parts are fucking Sabbath songs. Right. And, that's, I missed that too, because the whole speed metal thing I never done. When I came around, I didn't dig that at all. Gave me a
the thrash metal thing.
I didn't dig it. I didn't dig it at all. I didn't like the people. I didn't like the music.
I like that about you. You held the line, man.
Yeah, it didn't do nothing for me. It gave me a headache, and I thought a lot of the people sucked. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. A lot of people in the hardcore scene suck too, but I didn't like these long head jerk offs jumping around and
here's in my extensive files the first Sheer Terror flyer I have January, February, March. Is from actually April 14th, 1984. So this has got to be real early on in the game, right?
That's got to be 85. It's going to be 84.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, maybe it's labeled wrong. Sunday.
The first show we played was February of 85.
Okay. So, all right. So there you go. So CBGB's kind of right off the bat, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, our first show, February of 85. The Psychos are benefit with the record that never came out.
Right.
So, this summer we played with the Outpatients a couple of times. I don't remember Warzone playing, but I guess they did. I don't know.
or some early version of Warzone, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because definitely, because I don't remember. Yeah,
Actually, you know who chimed in early on here was Scott from the Outpatients. Was in the chat.
Oh, really?
I saw him in the chat room. You
Oh,
still out there, Scott?
Wow. Yeah. No, we played them a couple of times. They were a good
Doesn't
band.
Barry? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, they were a good band. They were a good band. Outpatients. I like them.
Glorious Noise asks, doesn't Barry sing and play bass in Carnivore AD now?
Yes, he does. Yes,
He
he
does?
does. And he's doing a great job. And he does
Yeah,
it out of love.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
we
it's
love
him and Chuck Lenahan, right? Is
Yeah,
playing
he
with
played.
the team.
Yes, yeah. They do it. It's a tribute to Pete and a tribute to Carnivore, and they do it very tastefully. They do it very well. It's all done out of love because we loved Carnivore.
Yeah.
And I thought that Carnivore were amazing, and we were friends with Pete.
Yeah.
And we were all friends with Barry especially too. So it's like it's done completely out of love and a respect for the band.
Well, here's another one I have. It just so happens. Thank you for the segue. This is a flyer with you guys and Carnivore. Carnivore Sheer Terror. This is later. This has got to be a year or two later.
That was my 18th birthday.
Is that right?
Yep. That was my 18th birthday.
Is this you guys back from their European tour? It's hard to tell.
Sean just put that on to be a jerk.
Yeah, this is a Sean Taggart flyer, right?
Yeah. Right. That was my 18th birthday.
Yep. There you go.
I remember that show.
Yeah.
A lot of stupid shit happened on that day that I won't get into right now.
Stupid shit happened at CBGB's? Really? I find that hard. I find that hard to believe.
Schism.
Yeah. So the first sort of recording. Hold on. Let me find this. This isn't behaving itself. Is the Big City comp, right?
Those two songs are from the first demo that we did. Yeah, we recorded 4 songs. I think we were together all of a month, maybe.
Wow, you guys got right to it, huh?
Yeah. Those 2 songs, those were from the first demo.
Here's my Big City comp. All right, well, you guys know what it looks like. Yeah. So, and then you guys got right to it. You did 2 demos, right? And then this is a little bit later, but a couple demos, a couple
2 demos.
This too, right?
That we did that thing, yeah. That was from another demo that we recorded that we never sold or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And but we didn't do our first album. We didn't record that until what was it, 88? I think. I don't remember. We were late to the game with a lot of the shit. We're laziness on a lot of our parts, our bad decisions. I was an asshole. I'm not going to deny that. I told a lot of people to go fuck themselves while other people were shaking hands. I was telling people to suck my dick. And, kind of held us back a little bit, I'll admit. What are you going to do? You know what I mean?
Hey!
You're 18, 19 years old. You think you're fucking, you're running the world. You know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Like what's that great line? It's a shame that youth is spent on the young, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, I did a lot of stupid shit when I was a kid. Debts collected, debts paid. You know what I mean? It's like, from being, 17 years old and running around with a bunch of fucking, garden variety Nazi guys in California. And, we all flirted with that shit. Not all of us, but a lot of in the skinhead scene. I wouldn't exactly say that we were Nazis or whatever like that, but we flirted with it. And I hung out with a lot of guys who would have been considered Nazis or white power and shit like that. And I just like being an asshole. I just like being I liked walking into a room and everybody getting nauseous because I was there, because they didn't know what the fuck was going to happen next. That's what I like. Not to be a bully. Don't get me wrong. I was a bully, people. I just like being an asshole and like to ruin things because I was a jerk and it was fun.
And you had a whole clique.
And I was really good. I was really good at it.
Standing in front of CBGB's drinking beer, right? So.
Exactly. But once it got all serious and all these guys started getting really political, like, oh, what, you guys you really mean this shit? You know, like, oh, I gotta start dressing nice and we'll infiltrate the system. Get the fuck out of here with that. I don't. I mean, I'm buying soul and reggae records and going to see the Bad Brains. Yeah, I'm a big Nazi. You know what I'm saying? Because like, get the fuck out of here.
I grew up in Yonkers. I'm a big fucking Nazi.
You know,
I went to public school.
Exactly. You know, and it was just like, but you know, I mean, I'm not gonna deny. I mean, we all did that shit. Not all of us, but a lot of us did. Some people won't admit to it, but it's like there's a reason why Bleecker Bob, who was Jewish, sold a fucking shit ton of fucking Screwdriver records in New York City. And it wasn't a bunch of Nazis buying these records either. It was a lot of black Puerto Rican and Jewish skinheads buying this shit.
From Sunset Park.
You know what I'm saying? You know, why did we buy it? Because we liked it. And it made us look bad. It made us look tough. We were hard kids and we were jerks. You know what I mean? And it's the fucking truth. I mean, everybody who denies that is fucking lying. You know, I mean, we were assholes. And you know, we grew out of it. Or we went to jail, or, you know, or the guys in California are either dead or turned into a bunch of meth heads. And meth sucks. Do cocaine. It's better for you.
Well, meth never really caught on in New York, right? I mean,
that shit's fucking horrible. I was up fucking 3 days in Kansas City doing that shit. Oh, God. I felt like there was ants crawling on me. Ooh,
yeah, I hated that shit. Yeah. Is this, how early lineup of Sheer Terror is this right here?
That's from the first record.
Right.
I think that's 88, 89. Well, it had to be before, it was taken before the record came out, so I guess it had to be around 88, I guess.
I love how let me grab the record, but I love how it's shot at CBGB's, you know?
Yeah. That was shot right before we played. There was a show actually.
Live from the pool table at CBGB's.
Yeah, the pool table that nobody ever played pool on. Dirty, filthy, crooked thing.
Yeah, no, people would just sell merch on the fucking thing. It was just, you know,
it was horrible.
Lenny says that is the second lineup of Sheer Terror. So,
that was
Little Luzaretsky says Jewish skins equal me.
There you go. How many Screwdriver records you got, Lou?
All right, Lou. Listen.
Yeah, that came out on Starving Missile Records. There
you go.
There you go. Put a boom.
How the fuck did a Starving Missile Records get involved with Sheer Terror that early on in the game?
If I'm not mistaken, it was Mike from Prong. He knew the guy who ran Starving Missile or something like that.
Right.
And he sent them a demo or something like that. He introduced it had something to do with him. And this was before the internet or any of that shit. And I think it was before they even went over there to tour. I think, you know, I'm almost positive. So somehow he knew the guy Mike Just, and who passed away some time ago. Who I never met, unfortunately, Mike Just. And I talked to him on the phone a couple of times, and we used to write. But it's like, you know, like I said, there's before the internet, before any of that shit. Then mail fucking forever. You know, so it takes further now. Back then, even the 80s, forget about it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was through Mike from Prom, Mike Kirkland.
Is that a rare record? Is that Adam Sachs says I still have my copy on Starving Missile? I would assume the Starving Missile version is probably.
Yeah, it goes for like, I've seen it go for like 100 or so, or maybe a little bit more. It depends. I think there was like I think it was only like 2 or 3 pressings, and one of them was like on pink for some reason or something like that. Or no, red. One was on red, and some of them came out pink. Some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it at least 100 or so, I'd imagine.
And wasn't this produced by Tommy Victor, who was a sound man at CB's at the time?
Yeah, it was Tommy, and Steve McAllister, who also did sound at CB's, who played the Damage. They recorded. The album was recorded during the day at CB's. Wow. During the day, like during the week, and the guys went in, they set up on stage, and that's how they recorded it. Like on big 2-inch tape and shit like that, with the dirty, filthy fucking CBGB's equipment with rat shit all over it. Yeah. So they recorded it during the day at the club, and then we did the vocals at another place, Baby Monster or something, some other studio.
Yeah, Baby Monster, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was down on Broadway or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think Steve worked there. Steve McAllister. That's how
I remember going into CB's during the day, and there was dog shit everywhere.
Oh yeah. Hilly with his fucking dog. Oh yeah.
Fucking piles of dog shit.
Yep.
Pretty fucking disgusting. Pretty fucking. Yeah, you know. What can you do? Yeah. Let me think. I'm looking for my. Hold on. Here's another one. Let me put this flyer up a second. This came across the radar screen. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Look at this thing. Fucking sheer terror, ultra violence, stillborn, mental abuse, in a place called Club Hell.
Yeah, I doubt we played this. So I don't even know what the hell this is.
Soda, beer. Where the fuck was Club Hell? Lincoln.
Yeah, I can't say we played this. I don't know if anybody ever played.
Hogan's Heroes, Straight Ahead.
It's obviously it was in Jersey somewhere.
Who the fuck knows, man? It's a 201 area. Yeah. I love the flyers when it says you got the kid's phone number on it. Call his parents' house. You know.
Yeah, we definitely didn't play this. I mean, not that I remember every show we played, but now this, no.
Oh no! This Grover's saying Club Hell.
Yeah, that's Rhode Island.
No. This is a 201 area code. This ain't.
Yeah, that says Club Hell Productions.
Ah.
You know, you see on the top, in association with the BBMC. Yeah, that's the motorcycle club. Those guys that used to come down the shows and see me. Those that used to hang out with mental abuse.
Got it. Yeah, hold on. Let me look by car, Lincoln Tunnel. Yeah, Route 46.
Yeah, it's Jersey.
Yeah, it's Jersey.
Yeah, we definitely didn't play this. I would have.
No. Oh, here's the best. For further information, directions, call Lance at or Animal at 361-5640. Hey, Mrs. Animal, is this
Animal? Lance, get on the phone.
Animal. Oh, that's funny. Oh, so where's my just can't hate enough? Where is that? So, tell us about so Ugly and Proud, the whole Maze Records thing, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that all about?
Yeah, it's a stupidity. We just wanted to do another fucking record, and Maze had just done the Biohazard record, and that was doing all well and fine and dandy, the first Biohazard album. So the guys in the band were like, oh, we should talk to them, you know, because they're doing so good and blah, blah, blah. And we went down, we met with them, we talked to them, and they were nice guys, and they, oh, yeah, we're going to do this, that, and the other thing, blah, 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 and they didn't do nothing.
You recorded it and
recorded it, gave them all this was supposed to look a lot different than it does, the artwork and all this. And they just, I mean, well, it really wasn't. They said they weren't going to even put it out after a while. They said it was just going to be shelved. And then they wound up fucking putting it out. And, you know, I still don't even have a copy of this. The original copies, like, they only put it on CD and cassette. I still don't even have one.
Jason Byer says if Paul had a dime for every time he was asked this question.
Yeah, exactly. But so, it was just a mistake. They didn't do shit. And
but your response to that was this, right?
Yeah, Thanks for Nothing. We did that. We just took some of the songs from that album, re-recorded them with Blackout, just to put this out, just to get something in the stores, just to have something out there.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, that was a weird time for the band that I ever did. I mean, there were guys in the band, we had Zippy in the band for a year, and Mike Walter joined.
Is this Zippy, Durham, North Carolina? Perfect timing. Hey, Paula, you fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's there you go. That Zippy?
I guess so, you fat bastard.
There you go.
At least I still got hair.
Yeah. You know, this record, I gotta say, man, this one right here, my favorite Sheer Terror record. I love this record, man. It was produced by Josh Silver from Typo Negative.
Yeah.
I love this record. This one really resonated for me, man. I listened to it again this morning. It's been a while. Give me your thoughts on this record.
That's one of my favorite probably as well. Just for the sound alone, Josh really got a great sound for us, and he's a great guy. We recorded the second demo at his house, Sky in the Sky, and we knew him through that and through like the Carnival guys and whatnot before Typo, and then we recorded this at System Store Brooklyn. He came in, great guy to work with. We just got along really well with him, and he got just such a big sound for us. And he was just he really was a joy to work with. For a fucking miserable bastard, he was a joy to work with.
That record just sounds great, and you did and vocally you do some great stuff on there.
Yeah, he helped me with that as well, because I was like trying to do it. I always wanted to mix it up, but I do the best I can. I never took any lessons or nothing like that.
Let me. Here you go. Well, since we have the ability to do this, love it, bro. Love it. A lot of people love that record.
The sound on that record is amazing. He got just a great sound for us and stuff.
Good question here. Backstory on the cover of that album.
That's my mother and father. They're were leaving the church and they got married.
Let me find that again so I can put it up. Let me dig that out. I remember. When I got that, I went to remember they had those concrete convention things.
Yeah.
I remember. I actually remember where I got this. It was you go to those fucking things and everybody just gives you just get a ton of shit.
Yeah.
And I remember listening to that and being like, this is fucking great.
Oh yeah, we played one of those things out in California.
That's the one. Wait a second.
Because when we did that, that was when the Love Songs album came out. It's MCA phoned us out to do that.
Okay. It was after this then.
Yeah, that's my mother and father getting married. With my father's brother and sister, my Aunt Ronnie over there, and his younger brother Stanley.
Great shot.
Yeah.
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 Righto. What else do I got here? And this is, I'm assuming this is the lineup at the time with Chicky and Mark Newman, right?
Yeah, it's the same lineup that's on that older brother that's on Love Songs. The same lineup. And Pat on drums.
Makes sense.
Yeah, those pictures were taken. That was for the MCA promo shots or whatever.
And the MCA was Love Songs for the Unloved, right?
Yeah.
How did MCA
Blackout got an office space in the MCA thing through Billy being friends with one of the guys there or some shit.
Yeah.
And they got an office space there, and I don't know. Then I guess Newman and them were talking. Oh my God, can you talk to MCA? I'm gonna be checking this out. Or some shit like that. I don't even remember.
MCA, which by the way, as we all know, stands for Musician Cemetery Association, right?
Yep.
So fuck.
Yeah. So he asked them to check it out, and it was on Blackout MCA.
Right.
And again, they spent good money and all this, that, the other thing, and they didn't do nothing. They didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know how to work with us or something like that. And the production on that record is just horrendous. We trusted Tommy Victor. They trusted Tommy Victor to do something with it, and he did something completely opposite. And then Newman and Chicky and their Infinite Wisdom decided to go into the studio after that to try to fix it. And it wound up sounding even fucking worse. So it's like, well, what are you going to do? They got to put the thing out. And what should have been a crowning glory wound up just being a big fucking pain in the ass. And, it killed the band in a lot of ways, because it was like, it was supposed to, we thought like, okay, we had this record out, we're going on a tour. We got a van, we got the trailer, we got this, We got that. We're going out there. And they're not doing shit. There's no promotion, no nothing. And they just don't know how to handle us. And
typical fucking MCA situation.
Yeah, exactly. So then they fucking, Newman and Pat quit because these guys thought, we're hoping that, okay, we got the major thing now. Okay, things are going to get better for us right away. And we're going to start, getting better shows and making more money. Blah, 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 blah. It don't work like that. And I knew that. And so they quit. And then we within a month, we had them replaced. And we were out on the road with Napalm Death. With Jay
that's a combination right there.
Yeah, with Jay Banks and Tony Scaglione playing.
Right.
And that was a lot of fun. But again, MCA dropping the ball, not doing shit on the road. Yeah, waste a lot of money on stickers. Yeah, they wasted a lot of money on those fucking stickers. These stupid postcard sticker things. We're giving them out, throwing them all over the place. Things cost like fucking $4,000 or some shit.
And it fucking comes out of your end.
Exactly. Not that I expected to see a dime anyway.
Yeah.
But after all this shit, and they're not doing nothing, they're like, I'm like, I wanted them to drop us. And they were like, the asshole who fucking signed us, Hans Hadeout.
I don't know him.
He's a jerk off.
Uh-huh.
Little fucking dwarf. Anyway, he's like, well, okay, fuck it. We'll fuck this record. We'll forget about this. We'll do another one. And I'm like, do another one? I was like, you out of your fucking mind? I was like, you think I'm going to give you another record? He's like, well, you sold me a bill of goods. I sold you a bill of goods. I had Newman and Chinky quit. Newman and Pat quit. We had to replace in less than a month and out of the fucking road working. So what just, I sold you a bill of goods. We're still out here fucking working. You guys ain't doing shit. And this guy's trying to fucking blame it on us. I was like, fuck you. And I might have threatened them, which I probably did. I threatened a couple other guys on the label, and they finally dropped us.
Well, listen, that always works.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like they could have just dropped us fine, but it's like, all right, you want me to act like a thug? I'll act like a fucking thug.
That always works. Threaten a couple people to the label. That'll get you off the label.
Yeah, so thankfully that happened.
Ryan Alvin says, my band was on MCA in the early 90s, and they didn't promote us either. They let the record rot on the vine. Fuck them.
Yep, that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. So live and learn.
Yep. Hey, a friend of ours wants to come on and say hi.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Ah!
Cousin Joe, Black and Blue, what's happening, man?
What's up, guys? Paulie, I love you. I miss you.
What are you doing, huh?
Just listening to you talk about ruining record label deals and sound like he's at.
What are you in the basement? Are you in the bunker?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out. I had a long weekend. I was actually last night I went up to New Rochelle. I met up with Armand from Sick of It All and the Wisdom and Chain guys, Lukey Luke and Richie and Joe. We went out to a pizza place out there in New Rochelle.
I saw the picture, yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. We had some food, a couple drinks. I brought the fam and just hanging out. I'm gonna watch the Range Island game tonight. That's it. Hey,
tell us about, so let's talk about this a second. Big show in the park coming up.
Look at that flyer. Gary Gilmore. He's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great flyer, man. Yep. So this is happening in less than 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's kind of surreal, right?
Yeah, it is, bro.
Obviously the reaction is 95% awesome. A few naysayers, but it's 2 weeks away, man. It's a big day. We're lucky enough to be able to do it. Obviously, getting permits and stuff like this, Drew, is not easy.
Yep.
So, but it turned out to be just something small, but looks like it's going to be a big day. Hope for some nice weather. We got the obviously some of the proceeds are going to the New York City Firefighters Burn Center Foundation. So, people could actually help out some first responders. And, apparently there's people flying from all over the country to come to this, so.
They always do for these big park shows, right?
Yeah. I mean, we waited a little longer than normal to announce, the deal. So,
I know the deal.
We have a special guest actually that's going to be added to the show. So,
Tavares? Is it finally going to be Tavares?
Paulie's been fucking breaking balls about Tavares for years.
Tavares.
I want Tavares to play. They never booked him.
What was Tavares' big hit?
Oh, geez, what's going? Only take a minute.
Hold on, I gotta look it up.
God.
I gotta look it up.
You
Hold
guys
on.
are funny. Come on, it's a very popular group. It used to be on the radio.
Tavares. Okay, here we go. Tavares. What was Tavares' big hit? Hold on. History. Oh, there are a bunch of brothers. Bernie Worrell.
Yeah.
What was Tavares' big hit?
It was huge.
It only takes a minute.
Only
It only takes a minute, girl.
Yeah.
There's another one. There's a
Oh,
couple.
Heaven Must Be Missing an
Heaven
Angel.
Must Be Missing an Angel is an amazing song.
Uh-huh.
And then,
Oh, come on. More Than a Woman.
There you
yeah,
go.
that version of More Than a Woman.
More Than a Woman.
Yeah, they'll be doing a
Better.
20-minute set at the park. So
More than a woman to me.
yeah, that's the one.
I
The one.
wish.
So I believe,
Here's a question, Joe, from one of our people. Yo,
Yeah.
cuz, what are the rules for the show? Mask? No mask? No mask? Vaccine passport?
well,
What's the line?
actually, passports you won't be allowed in. I'm only kidding. No, listen. You know, I don't want to get into this, but if you're uncomfortable and you have questions about family members you think may get it from you, whatever you want, whatever you feel and you think is true or not, then don't come. Come with a good. We only want people there that are going to come there to have a good time. If you want to wear a mask, I can't force people to wear masks. I don't. If you're outside in a park, I'm not gonna. I can't. We don't have to force anybody to wear a mask. If you want, you should wear it. But if you're not wearing it, are you gonna get kicked out? No. But that's that. If you're vaccinated, good for you. You got 6 months.
Don't go around licking
You got 6
everybody.
months until you need it again. So
No licking.
Yeah.
no licking faces.
No licking.
Yeah. So, listen, it's going to be a great day. People be safe, as much as you can. The park is huge. You can watch the show from fucking 300 feet away.
I was in the park yesterday,
It's beautiful, isn't it?
and there was a lot of people.
You know what I mean?
No, I was there. I was in the plaza yesterday.
My friend.
I didn't call you. I was going to call you and tell you. I saw Chris Flash in the plaza yesterday.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I mean, listen, I got friends in other states that go into shows with 3,000 people, live shows. So, and they've been doing this for 5 months. So that's all I say. And their grandma and grandpa are still alive. I don't know, man. I don't want to get into it, but listen, if you don't want to come to the show, don't come. If you want to come to the show, come to the show. That's it.
Hey, Paulie. So you guys are on the board too, right? With this, right?
Yeah, Saturday, May 1st down in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
It's a small. It's only going to be like maybe 100 people.
Yeah, that's a great show. That's the only torture about that. You're gonna have a ton of people that can't get in, but that's why outdoor shows, unfortunately, are the only way to go now. I mean, Paulie's gonna have that place. He'd sell 100 tickets in 5 seconds. So,
Which place is this? Cuz
what?
which place is this?
Arrogant Swine?
Yeah.
I forgot spot. It's a small spot. It's kind of like there's an indoor section and there's an outdoor section. Listen, one thing I gotta talk about is Chip Sue. Chip Paulie.
Oh, it's Chip's spot.
Chip, listen, Paulie introduced me to Chip. I gotta give respect, give a shout out to Chip Sue from the Kingsland, Arrogant Swine, Brooklyn Monarch. What's the other one? Gold Sounds, Paulie?
I don't know if he's a part of that or not, but
okay.
yeah.
Chip Sue has been doing a great job helping us out. He's actually going to help us out with some of the equipment for the show in the park. Thank you, Chip. I don't understand how these guys are surviving. He had a Halloween party with some people. He got in trouble. They fined him a shitload of money. I don't even want to tell you how much. And now he's on probation.
Where was this?
One of his
At
venues.
the Brooklyn Monarch. He rented it out.
Listen, they fined him. They fined him a ton of money that most of us probably wouldn't be able to afford. Okay. Wow. And now he's on probation for 6 months, which means he can only operate at 30% capacity. What is that? How are you going to operate in New York City with 30% capacity when you don't sell food? It's a venue. So, much respect to Chip. Obviously the proceeds to this show are going to go to the firefighters. Obviously the expenses paid first to do the show, and then some band money. And then if I could give Chip some money for letting us use the equipment, I'd love to help him out. But listen, guys, when these places start opening up, don't complain about how much they're charging. Just pay the price. Show up.
I can't leave your houses.
I can't imagine owning venues right now. I mean, Chip's not a part of a Live Nation type of background.
Yeah, I want to say this to anybody out there that's thinking of going to the show. It's like these shows in the park. I know in this case, like the other shows that we've done, Cuz is putting himself out there. Bands are flying in. the equipment is costing money, and we're taking donations, right, cuz?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't legally sell tickets in the park.
Right.
We would hope that everyone that comes gives something, whether it's $10, 15. We're going to ask for 15, 20, like we normally do, which is not a lot, but whatever you could do. And then, this way we have money to give everybody, something, like you said, guys flying in from out of state, special guest band, obviously, is pretty cool that we were able to add that. We had about 40 minutes left of time in our window for 4 hours that we get. So it made sense to add somebody. It didn't make sense just to let that be empty. So we added another really great band in there. So could be pretty.
And you haven't announced this yet?
I'm not sure if I want to announce it. It might just be a
surprise. Oh no, I'm not asking you to. I'm asking if you have or not.
No, I'm saying like I haven't even thought about doing it yet. So no, we haven't. But it's a good chance you're just gonna have to be there.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to be there for sure.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
It's the kid to spin plates.
What's that?
It's the kid to spin plates.
Yeah. He'll show up on his bike.
We got Frankie Too Far DJing. Frankie Too Far, so
I love Frankie Too Far as a DJ.
Yeah, and listen, don't forget Jesse Mallon is right across the street with A7 Niagara. I'm sure you guys want to support the neighborhood. Go buy some drinks from Jesse next door. The bathrooms are open in the park, right, Drew? So
listen, you use one of those bathrooms in Tompkins Square Park. Guarantee it'll take a year off your life.
Oh, you definitely won't need no vaccine.
Man, yeah, that's right. This is it's the new vaccine, boys and girls. Just use the Tompkins Square Park. Just use the Tompkins Square Park bathroom. Guaranteed.
Rappo, was there a lot of people over there vaccinating themselves? I heard too already. So.
All right, Joey. All right,
guys.
Thanks for stopping by. Go Islanders.
All right, brother. All right.
We'll
see you
see
later.
You later.
See you later.
Bye. Well, there you go, huh? Hey, tell us about this, Paulie. What's going on down here in Atlanta?
Yeah, well, they're flying us down. Originally, we were supposed to play, I think it was like a year or so ago, about a year ago, whatever. He was doing a weekend, and it was like Cox Bar is playing one night, then he was have us on another night, and all this, and blah, blah, blah. But then the whole fucking COVID thing happened, everything got canceled. So he's flying us down. They started to do shows there already, down there or whatever. And so he's flying us down. This guy, oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck's his name? Dirty Sun Booking.
Dirty, right. Dirty Sun
Booking. Bodon. He sings for the Antagonizers. He's flying us down. I'm going to DJ that Friday night. And then the Saturday night we're going to play. I guess it's like it's a studio. It's a music studio, but I guess they do like shows there or something like that, or showcases and stuff. So, I mean, fuck it. It's something to do. Get me the fuck out of here for a weekend.
Yeah, but that's a nice trip. You go down, you show up, you DJ that night, you get a little sleep, you play the next day, and you go fucking home the next day, right?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Honestly. Get us out of here, and start feeling halfway normal anyway, I mean, it's like I get the whole thing with the whole COVID and then the social distancing and then this and that. Like it sucks, and it's it's like enough already. It's like I get it. It's like you're gonna get vaccine or you're not, but it's like I'm thinking you keep keeping us apart. Keep people apart so much. After a while, I mean, I'm only seeing like our immune system's getting weaker. I mean, we grew up, especially you grew up eating dirt, and licking the sidewalk. And you drop your shit on the sidewalk, you kiss it to God, and you fucking eat it.
Hey, how about this fucking peanut butter thing, huh?
Don't bring up the peanut butter, exactly. Well, that's what's wrong with this fucking world. I don't remember being a kid and having other kids being fucking allergic to peanuts and peanut butter.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Like I told you, me and my boy Matty Boy, we came up with all our things. Like, why kids got allergic to peanut butter? Because of timeout. Because instead of parents smacking their kids in their fucking mouth when they smart off to you, or giving a good spanking when they fucking deserve it, you're going to get time out and go stand in the corner and turn their kids into a whole bunch of little sissies. And that's why the kids are allergic to peanuts now. Well, that's what we came up with anyway.
Nick Sabbath
Oh,
says.
sure.
Nick Sabbath says, "I drank from the hose as a kid. I'm immune."
You know what I'm saying? You drank from the hose. You kissed the guy. You hung out with your friends. You got dirty. You rolled around in the mud. All these fucking kids are sitting at home with the fucking little PSPs or whatever the fuck they are and staying away from each other. That's why they're all getting sick and allergic to everything.
Michelle Monona, Lenny's wife, says, "If you went to the bathroom with CBGBs, you've got immunity."
All these kids are being raised like veals now, like me, in boxes and, afraid of everything and allergic to everything. They're running around burning shit or throwing freaking bottles at cars and rocks and getting into street fights and getting into trouble. Nah, they get into trouble starting a fight on the internet. Not from not from going down the street and punching the kid in the face who deserved it. No, by calling him a bad name on the internet, making him feel threatened.
Welcome to my fucking world now, man. Start a fucking show, man. Oh God.
Start a band, start a fight.
Yeah. Hey, Hoya Rock says, "Ask Paul about his studded G-string. It should be in the Smithsonian with George Washington's wooded teeth." Now, would that be this? Is that this?
That's it. Well, can't see it. There it is. Yeah. So there wasn't it's a jock strap, not a G-string. I still got it. It's hanging on the wall over here. It's in good condition. I don't wear it, but it's still here.
Look at the bod on that. Look at the bod on that kid, huh?
Look at that. Oh, it's fat and nasty. Look at that. That's why
these girls look familiar to me. I remember the Sisters Grimm, the two twins, right?
Yep. We had them on stage dancing alongside me for a couple of songs. The Sheer Terribles. Thank you.
Is that right?
We called them the Sheer Terribles.
Everybody's hawking on them now. Damn, look at those chicks. Yeah.
They were sweet girls.
Yeah, they were around a lot back then.
Yeah,
they're probably both married and got like 30 kids now.
Oh God, I hope not. Yeah. They were tiny little things.
Yeah. Hey. Everybody screws, man, So there you go. Yeah, if you smell the jock strap, you're immune. And these photos just got sent to me. Here's another one. I guess and the same. What's his name? I'll remember who sent to me. This is an interesting one. Is that looks like what's his name next to you, Brendan?
Yeah, it is. That's Brendan. That's both of us were skinny.
obviously CBGBs, right?
Yeah, and I shaved my eyebrows off previous. I didn't have any eyebrows in that picture.
Oh, that's a good look.
Yeah, that's what you try. You try everything.
Was that inspired by Ray Bees? He used to do that.
Oh, well, Jesus Christ, he looks funny with eyebrows because he had no eyebrows for years, and then when he grew them, it looked like he stole them from somebody. He was like trying to wear a disguise or something.
Is that a Confederate flag or is that the Puerto Rican flag on your head?
That's a Confederate flag. That might be from I don't know what that's from. That's a Confederate flag that I had for a while. No reason, just I had it.
Listen, we didn't even really know. Listen, growing up in New York back then, we didn't really even know what the Confederate flag was like. What Leonard Skinner had, we didn't understand.
Exactly, Leonard Skinner, Dukes of Hazzard, or whatever. That's what we're thinking about. Like oh yeah, slavery. We weren't. I mean,
I had no idea.
We were stupid and whatever. And that's that. I just had it, and yeah, I don't even know where the hell that's from. It's not even Zippy was in the band, obviously, but yeah.
Jason's asking, any other shows scheduled besides Atlanta and New York?
Not right now. I mean, hopefully.
Yep.
So as soon as the things start opening up and we can, if they want bands to play and we can get out there, trust me, we'll be there.
Hey, I got to let me take a break and shout out some sponsors. If you got to go take a whiz or something, we'll be back. Give me a couple minutes.
All right, cool.
All right. What's happening? Our guest today is the Reverend Paul Bearer from Sheer Terror and Joe Coffey, which we got to get to. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles live, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Your Core Hardcore Fan Page, Chacho's Tacos, DTFM Vinyl Distro, and Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards. Located in Lakewood, Colorado, is the Rocky Mountain headquarters for all things punk, hardcore, and metal. Established in 2014, they have the largest selection of records, CDs, shirts, stickers, patches, and accessories between Chicago and Los Angeles. From the pit to the ditch, they got your back. Get in touch with them at www.chainreactionrecords.com. Also, got to shout out Vlad and the Organic Grill. They fed us yesterday on the walking tour. It was really great. Damn, I'm so lucky to have such a great sponsor who makes such damn good food. Organic Grill's a vegan restaurant located in the East Village of New York City at 123 First Avenue, featured in New York Magazine, New York Times, and Veg News. Their dishes have won numerous awards, including Best Veggie Burger. Imagine that. Imagine getting an award for Best Veggie Burger. The fuck does the worst veggie burger taste like, huh? God, this is like the worst fucking veggie burger. I mean, most veggie burgers kind of taste like shit. They make their own cheeses. They make their own cheeses, sausages, and burger patties, and every dish on the menu could be made gluten-free for all you gluten-free motherfuckers. This year, they're celebrating their 20th anniversary, and they're all about having a great time while enjoying amazing clean food. After 3 months of being closed, they're now open for deliveries. Get in touch with them. Order some great food at www.theorganicgrill.com. Let me do one more. How about DTFM Vinyl Distro? It's a record store that specializes in underground music, punk, ska, hardcore metal, and more. Located in the heart of Fargo, North Dakota's industrial district. Shop in person or online at www.dtfm Vinyl Distro, where their motto is death to false metal. Blah, blah, blah. That said, I want to mention, where is my, hold on, hold with me, hold. Here is I want to mention, what happened to the, Kevin Crowley. Okay, yeah, a little something. Kevin Crowley from The Abused. There is a collection of his flyers coming out on Radio Raheem. This is, like Paul said previously, for those that love The Abused or those that are fans of his early New York hardcore artwork. This is coming out fairly soon. Several years in the making, Radio Raheem is proud to present this collection of artwork by one of our favorite artists, The Abused frontman Kevin Crowley. Kevin's gritty pointillism style and often humorous subject matter combined for some of the best and most instantly recognizable hardcore flyers of the early 80s. Also, as you know, if you see my film, the New York Hardcore Chronicles film, this motherfucker created the New York hardcore symbol. Came up with it. One thing that we all know. By the way, New York Hardcore Chronicles film, which you can watch on Amazon Prime. If you're sitting at home, you got Amazon Prime, and you're like, fucking seen everything already. Let me watch this crappy ass film. New York Hardcore Chronicles film. The set includes some 15 prints, this and that, yada yada. Pick it up at Radio Raheem. Let me show you another picture of his stuff. Here we go. Don't you know? Kevin Crowley artwork. That would be this. Number 2, just for you. Yeah, you know these flyers. Great stuff. Here you go. Kevin Crowley flyers. The Abused. Go check it out at Radio Raheem. It ain't cheap. It's quality stuff. I think they're doing it on real high quality show flyer. All professionally screen printed on French paper company whipped cream 100 number cover stock, housed in a 2-color screen printed portfolio. Whatever the fuck that means, go buy the shit. I want to mention something else on this show. Hold on. Let's get rid of all this other stuff. Yeah. You know what? The world is opening up. May 8th, Saturday, May 8th, in celebration for the A7 Back to the New York Hardcore Roots compilation in Tompkins Square Park, there will be a show, another show, with all bands that are on the A7 compilation, Reaching Out, The Car Bomb Parade, Crazy Eddie, The Last Stand, Kings Never Die, and Antidote NYHC. Another show in our beloved Tompkins Square Park. This is Saturday, May 8th, the A7 Back to the New York Hardcore Roots Hardcore Compilation record release show. We will not have vinyl available by then. There's been a little jam up in the pressing factory in the Czech Republic, but the pre-order link will be up. Pitchfork is putting it out, so there you go. Get your shoes and socks on, kids. May 8th. It is right around the corner. What else? What else do I have? The Animal Abuse Show is this weekend down in Jersey. Let me give that a shout out. Yo, the whole world's opening up now. I know some places are locked down, but things are opening up. Here you go. The Animal Abuse Show's down in Jersey at William Hebrew Park. A couple of A7 bands playing this Saturday. A couple of other bands, including Bleed and Choke Artists, playing the day after that on Sunday. That said, I think I covered a lot with that. Boom. There you go. Everybody all right in there in the chat room? Everybody good? Michelle, my dad is coming up to watch Lenny and Crazy Eddie play. Ha, 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 ha. He gets to witness New York hardcore for the first time. He's witnessed only DC hardcore. Oh, listen. We're headlining the show. I'll make sure to pull my dick out and swing it around a little bit and put on a little bit of a show. I'll do a little Jim Morrison. Car Bomb Parade. That's right. You're playing the show. There you go. Drew Stone is the Kevin Dubrow of New York hardcore. I don't know. I think I kind of take that. Come on, feel the noise. I don't know how bad that is, like in retrospect. Kevin Dubrow. All right, I'll take it. Someone tried to throw me an insult and be like, fucking Drew Stone. Who's he? He thinks he's the Johnny Carson of New York hardcore. And I was like, that's an insult? Like, I think that's like the highest compliment you could get. Someone called me, oh, no, not the Johnny Carson of hardcore. I mean, whatever. You don't like it, don't watch the fucking show. There you go. That said, do me a favor. Find out who the fuck is William Hebrew and was he Jewish? William Hebrew Park. With a name like Hebrew, you better be Jewish, man. You know what I'm saying? I know, right? Jeff and Rage. Oh, who the fuck you think you are? The Johnny Carson of hardcore? Oh, that one really hurt. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's bring our guest on, Mr. Paul Bearer. Hey, you're on with the Johnny Carson of hardcore, bro.
I know, huh? Look at that.
Hey, break,
So I guess Rat Bones or no, the other guy.
This fucking guy?
Me? What I do?
He'd have to be Doc Severinsen.
Yeah, right.
He's bringing the music.
Because he's not. Yeah,
the ball-headed guy.
This guy here.
Wait, what is that there?
Where the hell did he go?
This guy here. He's the Ed McMahon. He's the second banana.
I think he went for his drink. That's why he's not sitting on the couch.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Is it just me? I'm not trying to insult the guy. He's a nice guy, but the Steve guy, doesn't he remind you of a big midget?
Listen, take it easy. Like my dad said. Take it easy. Hey, Sid, let's do record of the week.
Whenever you're ready, boss.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. DJ Sid the Kid. Here we go. This is record of the week. What do we got here?
No.
Boom.
Cool.
All right, Sid, let's hear it.
Well, I'm going to keep it short and sweet here, guys. This show's been so amazing with Paul. I felt like this was one of those records that definitely resonates with him, obviously. And this is Poison Ideas for 7-inch Pick Your King. I believe this was recorded on January 20th, 1983, and was released, not too soon after that. Recorded in Portland, Oregon by the band, engineered, final mix by the band, of course. The band themselves did all the artwork for the 7-inch itself. It's straight hardcore. I mean, it's not necessarily too much to explain about the record. I mean, if you give that listen, it's fucking hardcore from beginning to end. It's like straight up, hardcore, straight out. Being from the West Coast, people would think more like Suicidal Tendency stuff. Thinking hardcore bands from the West Coast sound like that, but Poison Idea gave it that little bit different. They wanted to sound what they wanted to be like. And of course, this is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this may have been the alternate cover, unless if you bought it, it was, both sides, Elvis being one and Jesus being the other.
No, it was both sides, wasn't it? One was, it's pick your king, pick either Elvis or Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, these songs were short, sweet, to the point. It's like you got a shitload of songs for, whatever you paid for back then. And I mean, it was worth every penny for that record. And it's still a pretty damn good record over like 30 fucking 5 years later. It's still an amazing fucking 7-inch.
Mm-hmm. No, they were a great band. Great.
Yeah, Paul, this one resonate for you at all?
Oh, they were one of my favorite bands of all time. And I became friends with them later on in the years. And I actually booked their last show ever a couple of months ago, or over a year ago now, at the Kingsland. We flew them out to the East Coast in their last two shows. And it was just Jerry and the band that he had playing with them, but they were still an amazing band. And they were just straight up hardcore with this. And then when they brought the metal thing into it, they did it tastefully, I thought anyway. And to this day, the album Feel the Darkness, you can't fucking touch that record.
Yeah, that's another good one too.
I don't give a shit what band you're in. I don't give a shit if you want to bring Slayer into the mix. You want to bring this band. You can't touch that fucking record. That record is fucking phenomenal.
I listened to this. I mean, it's been a while. I listened to this morning. This fucking record smokes.
Oh fuck yeah!
It really. It one after the other. Bam! It's bam, 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 bam. It's night. I think what was it? It was 82, right?
Yeah.
It feels like 82. It feels like Gangrene, Negative Approach. Yeah. It tastes like fucking 82, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember. Shit, I think I bought. Yeah, Rat Cage. I bought this from Rat Cage Records.
Bob Riley said. What was the Bob Riley comment I just saw? Come on, Bob. Yeah. Best Poison Idea song. I hate reggae. That's great. And yeah, is Sid wearing a West Ham shirt?
Oh yeah.
Come on, Sid. You
damn right. Madball shirts are retired. Stop fucking asking me this shit. It's corny. It's fucking done.
It's corny, but you bring out your West Ham shit every show, huh?
Fuck yeah, because I can.
Oh Christ. All right, Sid. Here, tell us about what he tell us about here. Come on the way out the door. What's going on with this?
All right, guys. So this coming Wednesday, if you didn't already hear, I got John from Nausea coming up on the radio show. It's gonna be really fucking fun. This coming Wednesday, April 14th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, 4 p.m. California time. John's actually going to be submitting some really good stuff from his collection that he wants me to play. So it's definitely going to be an eclectic mix of, punk rock, hardcore, metal, you name it. And I'm going to throw a few surprises in here and there. It's really going to be a fun show, for sure. Eclectic. Yes, the second big word of the day.
Listen, what was the first word? Impeccable.
It's eclectic, you stupid ass.
No, impeccable was the first.
Oh, impeccable. Yo, Sid's using
impeccable. Eclectic. The eclectics. He's having an eclectic fit.
What can I tell you? Sid's using the big words now. Impeccable and eclectic.
Because I don't listen to mumble rap. That's why I actually pay attention.
You don't listen to mumble rap. Listen, I said it before and I'll say it again. You listen to some of the worst crappy punk rock shit I've ever heard.
But that's what makes it so good, because it's so fucking bad. It's good, Drew. That's the thing.
All right, Sid. I'm just busting your balls. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Paulie. Thank you, Drew. And guys.
Hey, what the fuck?
That's great.
Hey, I know this is going to come up, and I want a legendary L'Amour show. If you could talk a little about L'Amour's and Negative Night.
You know what? I mean, I never liked L'Amour's. Every time we played there, I always had a bad feeling. I just didn't like it. It was a metal club.
Yep.
And we had some decent shows there, I guess. This one, I mean, I guess it was a big thing. I wasn't really paying attention. You know what I mean? I mean, it was a good show. It was packed and all this. I wore a suit on stage just to be an asshole again. And I guess there were a lot of fights and a lot of people doing stupid shit. I didn't really pay attention, honestly. I mean, it was just another show to me. You know, but I guess other people had different experiences that I didn't.
Well, you know, I think a lot of it's the case. Like, of course, now we look back because of the internet and this and that, and it's like, wow, it was amazing.
Oh, there's a lot of history being reinvented.
Stalinizing history, right?
You know, a lot of going on.
I'll leave it to Bob Riley. I was there. It was awesome.
You know, it's just like with people who like, you know, I mean, thanks to the internet, especially,
yeah,
you know, people who were around like back in the day or whatever, who might have been around for like 2-3 years, maybe. I mean, and not to say that, you know what, you got to stick around throughout your whole life. I know, like, you know, life gets in the way and you have kids, you get married, or whatever the fuck happens to your life. I understand that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you got to be a jerk like me and stick around this whole fucking time and get involved in music. But you know what? You're involved, like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 years going to shows and stuff like that, and then you move on, you do your thing. That's great. Don't all of a sudden come back on the fucking internet and act like a goddamn jerk thinking who the fuck you are. Like running your fucking mouth. Oh, this is better. Oh, you don't understand. I understand.
Back in the day, I was there. I was there.
Hey, what'd you do? You were there. So was I. Who cares? Who cares? You were there. So was I. You know, it was $3. Of course you were there, you cheap bastard. You know?
Some people, that's what they fucking hold on to, bro.
They hold on to it, but it's like, who the fuck are you? You know? And these grown men who speak in, you know what it is? It's these grown men who speak in memes. You know what I mean? They don't even freaking talk to you. They got nothing to say. They'll tell you call them out on this shit to throw a meme at you. Like a fucking 16-year-old girl. You know? It's like, fuck you when you breathe, pal. You know? You fuck these people. And with their bullshit. Like, oh, I was there. All right, where you been? You know? Where you been? Now you're back and you're running your mouth. I still don't see you at shows. You know? Then you just run your mouth to fucking internet. Like, and that's why it's...
You know, it's funny. I see your fucking kids at my shows, but I don't see you.
Exactly. And they always just run their fucking mouths. They act like a bunch of fucking jerks. And it's like, you know, go to hell. You know, just go straight down. Or they talk about, you know, their band, you know, who sucked. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about Stalinizing history.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, you know, it's just a lot of reinventing shit. And like, okay, I saw a freaking thing, an ad or whatever it was. And don't get me wrong, I don't know nothing about these guys or this band.
But why not? It's a Sunday. Let's go.
Okay. It was an ad for, I guess there was a band called Up Front.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Some straight edge band. Nothing about them. But the ad, I guess somebody's re-releasing their record. And they're like, very influential New York hardcore band Up Front. And I'm like, influential. I'm like, I never, you know, don't get me wrong. There may be a bunch of nice guys, and maybe they were good or not. I don't know, but I couldn't tell you one fucking song. I maybe influential. Oh, I never even heard of these guys. You know, I could name a fucking Creed Cop song, and they were fucking terrible.
You always rail on Creed comps, man.
Because they were horrible, and then it's like, and I keep waiting for somebody to, like, you know, put out a re-release a Creed Cop record. It's like, why would you do that?
You know, it's happening. You know, that's happening, right?
I heard. Yeah, I heard. Why? It's just to torture me.
Yeah.
The Up Front guys, they may be the nicest guys in the world. God bless, make $1 million. But then all this influential and this. I never heard of these guys. And, I mean, not just because I never heard of them, don't mean that they weren't. But you know,
they were straight edge. That's all you need to know. They were straight edge. They were straight edge. So therefore, there you go.
Yeah, and it's like whatever. It's like these guys were so great, and they were. I don't remember. I remember some of these bands, and I remember them being not that good. You know what I mean? And then I remember some bands were great, and people like, who the hell is that?
Dude, everybody sucked forever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when we started out, we were terrible. I'll be the first to admit it. Sheer Terror was fucking horrible for probably about the first 2.5 years. almost 3 years, we sucked. I'll admit that. We were sloppy, and we were still trying to get our shit together. And I didn't, I was trying, but then my mind was all over the fucking place. I'll admit, we were horrible. We were. I mean, no,
let's talk about this. Let's talk about this a second. When you guys took a break, right? You guys
we broke up. We broke up for a while, a couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't doing anything really. And the two guitarists in the band, Ray and Rob, they approached me when I was working the door at Brownies.
Mm-hmm.
And they approached me to see if I was interested in trying, checking something out, doing something out. And I hadn't done nothing in a long time. And yeah, okay, what the hell? Why not? I'll check it out. It can't hurt. And I liked the direction that they were going in. It was different. It wasn't a hardcore. I wasn't going to do another hardcore band right off the bat. I was going to do that. I just did a hardcore band for how many fucking years? Now I'm just going to jump into another one. I was like, nah, I want to try something different. And it was punk by nature, more rock and roll, a lot of pop elements to it. And I liked it. I could sing differently to it. I could do a lot more like the crooning, if you want to call it that. And that's I went for it, and I really enjoyed this band. We did this EP, which is getting re-released. It's coming out on vinyl finally in probably about a month or so.
Who's putting that out?
Lifeline Records, I believe it is. My buddy Joe in Chicago. He's putting it out. It's Lifeline in Chicago, hopefully within a month. And then this album came out on Ice Cream. Lawrence put this out. And yeah, I mean, I love the songs. I love the band. We had, we did do a lot, but we went to Europe once. We made no money, of course, but we played, and I really enjoyed the music and everything like that. But it wasn't. They weren't lifers like a lot of these guys in the band, and I'm not trying to slight them, but I had to yell at them a lot of times to get them to do things like do this, do that, because they all had good jobs and a plan. I had no plan. I still really don't have a fucking plan.
I fucking hate people that have a plan, man.
You know what I mean? No, I don't plan. I got planning. I'm still trying to think about dinner. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? If you're gonna have a fucking plan, don't get into the hardcore game.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm being silly, especially when you're young.
Yeah, but even then, it's like I had to yell at them and all this, and the Sheer Terror thing, that opportunity to do Sheer Terror again or whatever, the play shows that came around. And I told these guys, I was like, listen, write more material. We'll do another record and we'll see what happens. And I guess they took that to mean, oh, get married and move out of town. All right. And that's what a lot of them did. And God bless them. I still, we talk here and there. I'm so friends with these guys. And we played a little over a year ago, my birthday, in Brooklyn, and that was fun, and so it's like it's not impossible for us to play out again or even do another record. I don't know, but
when was the last time Joe Coffey played?
That would be on my birthday, not last year, the year before.
Oh, so it was fairly recently.
Yeah, January 2020.
People love these two records, bro. They really do.
They were, like I said, I love the songs. I love the material. I wish we would have done more. Who knows? Maybe one day. But I'm busting my fucking brain trying to write new Sheer Terror songs right now, and it's easy as it was. It's a pain in the fucking butt. I drive myself crazy doing this shit too. That's why I try to. I maybe scare away certain band members or whatever like that, because it's like, well, if I'm losing my fucking mind trying to write this shit, you better be losing your fucking mind too. It ain't just gonna be me in this fucking party.
It's the process of weeding out, right?
I'm the only one going to fucking Bellevue after this. You're joining me.
It's the process of weeding out. I just going off the script a little bit, and I just want to say, everybody out there, I know a lot of people posted questions. We're gonna take a little break in a couple minutes. We're gonna come back and we're gonna take questions. So get ready to repost those questions again. So that said, a couple notes of you've done a lot of touring. You've been around the world. Any places that like you love to play, that when you see like, oh, we're going over here, like any places that at this point you get that really like resonate for you?
Well, I love Japan. We went there twice, and it's a beautiful country, and I just love being over there. You know, and I just anytime to go over there, I'll take it. You know, because I just love Japan. It's a great place. Berlin. I have a lot of great friends there, like family to me, and I love seeing them. Having a good time over there, either playing a show or just fucking hanging out and getting shit faced or whatever. Having a good time. Mark and MAD, who's been dealing with us now since 1992, bringing us over to Europe and everything like that.
Is that right? Mark's been involved with you guys since '92.
Yeah, he's the one that first brought us over there, and we continue to work with him.
That's awesome.
And, Berlin I love. Belgium I dig.
France?
I really like Belgium a lot. I started, especially the last with the coming back now with this shit era.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to enjoy Holland a lot more. Not that I had a problem with it. It's the Dutch language, which is fucking insane. It's like Germans from Mars underwater, like they're growling at you or something. but Holland I like a lot. I just, you know what? England, only because, being a fucking, closet Anglophile with the old punk rock and skinhead shit like that, and Northern Soul style, some American music. I like being there. I like the feeling of being over there. It's just cool. And every little place has its own thing going on and everything. Certain places, like, I'll never have to go again. Manila in the Philippines, great people, great show, nice bunch of exciting kids. Don't ever fucking go there. It's insane. It's fucking crazy. We played, I think the venue was 8 miles away from the airport. It took us over 4 hours to fucking get there.
Oh.
Just because of the traffic. And it's insane with all the cars and the mopeds and the buses and the people with the I never seen so many people with umbrellas.
Yeah, here you go. This kid. You guys need to do an Indonesia tour. AF just came down last year. I got news for you. Paulie ain't coming to fucking Indonesia, bro.
We did Singapore. We did Korea.
Okay.
Yeah, we did Singapore. Corrected. We did Singapore. We did Bali. We did Bangkok. Bangkok was cool. And of course, we went in the summertime because that's where you send fat people in the summer.
It's like the air is like you're eating it.
Shit, did I sweat? Yeah, it was nasty. And that was the last tour that Paz did with us.
Yeah,
we brought Paz out there with us, and it was we had a good time. We didn't we didn't make no money or whatever, but we're in Indonesia or whatever.
That's a long trip, man. That's a long flight.
Oh yeah, it was fucking crazy. It was crazy. The flights alone, it was flying, hopscotch here and there the last couple of shows, and then fucking coming home. We went to, where did we go? Oh, I don't even fucking remember.
Mosh, our friend Mosh in Berlin. Berlin loves you too,
and I love you.
And Munich loves you too, man.
My Deutsche Dwarf.
How's the food in Bali?
Not so hot. Not so hot. It's not it wasn't so hot.
Oof.
I mean, we had a good show, but then now they all hate me because it's a long story. The promoters, they were supposed to pay me money. It took them a month and this and that. It was all after we came home. So
same old shit.
Yeah, they said I was mean to them. The grown man. Like,
he was mean. He was mean to me.
He was mean to me. Get out of here.
Have some peanut butter and shut the fuck up.
You know what I mean? You're in Bali. Come on. You relax. You're surrounded by beautiful fucking water and women.
What the fuck do you think you're getting in Bali when you fly over Paul Bearer and sheer terror? You think you get?
We had a great time while we were there, but it was like coming home. It's like when we were home, like, all right, you're gonna put, send that money to me, and it took them over a month to send me like maybe $500, and I was like, really? And it wasn't even $500 after everything. And I was like, that's how long it freaking took you? Like, there's just like, motherfucker, you own a club. You run a club. You do all this shit. Come on, tell me how poor you are just because you're wearing fucking sandals. You live in a beach town. Of course you wear sandals.
Thanks for the heads up on Bali. We'll make sure to scratch that one off. Hey, Upstate Rick asks, any new music planned for Sheer Terror?
We're trying to write right now. It's coming along slowly. but we're working on it. We are working on it. We want to do another record, whether it be an LP or if I just have a strong 8 songs, I'll do another EP, an 8-song EP, if not an LP. But we're working on it. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet.
And the last,
you know, you put it. It's not that it really matters anyway, because you know you put out a new record, people just want to hear the first fucking album anyway. That's the God's honest truth with hardcore right there. So yeah, we got a new album out. That's great. Cup of Joe. It's like, oh, you mother's ass.
And the band these days is what? You, Johnny Eggs, Brendan, and Anthony.
Yeah. Now,
and you're getting along with these guys?
Well, yeah, I never see them. But no, we get along fine. We have a good time on the road and whatnot. You know, Anthony's a fucking little maniac. He's got fucking well, we all got mental problems. But you know, you gotta to do this fucking thing.
How about this one? Ask Paul, as a Plasmatics fan, what was it like having Richie Stotts play on a Sheer Terror record?
It was an honor. He was a nice guy. We did that through Zippy when he was playing bass, because he played bass in the record. And Zippy had played in a band with him called King Flux.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, and Zippy had played bass with that. Played bass in that with Richie. So that's how we got Richie on the record to do that. Sweetheart of a guy. I had total honor being a huge Plasmatic fan as a kid to have him play on a record. It was an honor. And I haven't seen him in years, but I hope he's doing okay, because he's like I said, nice guy, really nice guy. And
like we were talking about, the CBs in those days. King Flux used to play feels like CBGBs every week. You look every time you looked at CBGBs, King Flux was playing.
Yep. Yeah, he was in the band at one point in time. I'm not sure how long he was in the band, but I know he was though.
Here's a question from our resident historian, Chucky Brown from Crazy Eddie asks, can he speak on how the cover to The Cure's Boys Don't Cry came about?
It's because I'm a jerk and I like The Cure, and I was like, hey, let's play this. That's pretty much it. That's simple as that. Hey, this is a simple song that we can learn to play. Let's do it. All right. And it worked.
Do you guys still play that sometimes, right?
Every now and then.
Every now and then. Right. You know what I wanted to ask you? Any early unsung Staten Island bands? Anybody that you like, or maybe Staten Island? I mean, you were already out of there. You up in Yonkers, so let me cast a wider net. Any early like Yonkers or Staten Island unsung bands who you thought were just really great and like never really got? No.
I honestly couldn't tell you one.
Okay, fair enough.
Yonkers bands, no. Like when I was a kid, there was nothing.
There was nothing.
There was one band, and I think they were like a cover band, but I never saw them. And I don't think they did much. I forget what they were called. Something like Rotten Nerves or some shit like that. But I think they were like a cover band. I see they put up a flyer once, like on a lamppost in Yonkers of the band. They were like a bunch of jerks, but I don't know if they ever played out or whatever. Or if they did, maybe 2 shows, who knows? And then Staten Island, I mean, there were some bands, I guess, from there, but I couldn't really, nothing that's striking any chords or reminded me of anything. Like back in the day or whatever, if you mean,
Here, Little Friedman says, Atrocity from Staten Island way back were great.
My boy Mook played guitar with them. Yeah. Mike Redditor. He's I think he's a fire captain. I'm not sure.
Here you go. This is an interesting one. Says Fabrizio Fregosa. When they were in Italy on their first tour in Europe, I think, they were guests at my band's guitar house. I remember his mom made pasta and we all ate in the garden. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was a good day. That was a really great dinner. Homemade wine. I remember the kid's father had like hunting.
Oh yeah, Mosh says, and we had red wine. Well.
That was a great day. That was nice. It was better than the show.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was a great day. Nice red wine. The guy had dogs. I remember hunting dogs. The kid's father. Yeah, that was a beautiful day.
That's awesome.
Italy, it took me a while. There's a couple of good things here and there, but a lot of times Italy, Like the last time we were there, well, I don't even want to get into it, but yeah, Italy, yeah, that was a great moment. That was a great memory. I'll give Italy that.
We'll give them that.
We'll give
Jason asks, is Love Songs ever going to be available to stream?
I didn't even know that it wasn't. I have no idea.
Yeah. Who the fuck knows, right? Once again, Chucky Brown, can he speak on recording the song for Rudy the Kraut and having wind horn section on the track?
The song I wrote based off one of my favorite artists is William Kennedy, who wrote a lot of books based in Albany. Mm-hmm. He grew up in Albany. It's all based on Albany and everything. A lot of history. I mean, they're fiction, but there's a lot of history, like, you know, parts in it like that are real in these books and everything. Like a lot of like realism. Anyway, there was the one book Ironweed that he won the Pulitzer for that they made the movie with Jack Nicholson and Meryl Streep, and the one character Rudy the Kraut was a character in the book, and I wrote just so the lyrics are based on him, based on that character, and we wanted to put horns in it, so we were gonna use some ska band horns. I forget who, but then they couldn't do it or some shit. So the guy at the studio, Mike, who was the engineer at System 2, was like, "Oh, I know some guys we can call. I know this guy that we can call." And he called these guys, and Newman had already like kind of figured out the horn thing on his guitar or whatever, like, you know, what to play or some shit. And it wound up, I forget the other two guys who they played with and shit. But it was fucking Tom Bones Malone, fucking Blues Brother.
Wow.
Yeah, who was playing with the Letterman band at the time.
No, Saturday Night Live.
No, but at the time we were recording the record.
Oh, Tom Malone.
Tom Malone, yeah, he played Saturday Night Live, but he was a Blues Brother. He was
he was one of the. Yeah, he was. Yeah, him and Blue Lou Marini. Him and Blue. Yeah, sure.
Then he was on the Letterman band when we were recording the record. He goes fucking walking in the studio with these two guys. I was like, holy fucking shit.
Wow.
So he's a really nice guy, worked with us, recorded it. They knocked it out the park real quick. And yeah, I got a fucking Blues Brother on a fucking record. So that was fucking cool. These two jerks with the fucking suits. Yeah, I have no idea why they started wearing the suits. It was stupid.
Yeah, it looks like two separate bands here.
It's just, we thought at the time, like, hey, let's do it just for the hell of it, to be different. I look at it now, like, what a bunch of fucking jerk-offs we were.
And I'm sorry, who's that in the back? The drummer?
Yeah, Jason, yeah, the plumber.
He just came out from the back of the kitchen at the pizza joint, like, hey, exactly. We need an extra guy in the photo.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, that was a really stupid thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to throw up some of the other photos. Oh, here you go. Listen, Paulie, what do you think about the gentrification in New York City?
It's over. It's done. What are you gonna do? There's really not much to think about anymore. It's done and dusted. You know, unless all of a sudden I mean, it got damaged now because of the whole COVID thing and shit like that. But it's not going to bring down rents. It's not going to make anything cheaper for anybody. You know, like I'd hoped. Maybe, you know what I mean? They're still, you know, these landlords are still scumbags, and they'll throw people out eventually and still charge you more. And it's done and done. What are you going to do? I mean, maybe if there's the only thing that I can see saving New York, and this is ridiculous, don't get me wrong, or bringing it back to like where I can afford to actually live in the city or something like that. Mm-hmm. If there was a new drug invented,
that's what we need. We need a good drug epidemic.
Yes, a new drug epidemic. A new drug that's so addictive that turns people into rabid fucking animals. That maybe, you know, it'll sort of scare people away and so
we need to cull the herd a little bit.
Yeah, and throw flying sharks into that mix. That would be cool too. I always tell people about that. It's like, imagine you turn the corner, there's a fucking great white coming out. You know, that'd be kind of cool, actually.
Like, what was that? I saw some movie, the zombie movie on the train, and people turned into zombies. Like, yeah, that was good.
That was good. Yeah.
I saw there was a second one, but it looked really stupid. I didn't even watch.
Yeah, I heard it's not that hot. Not that hot. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But yeah, no, like a real zombie apocalypse with rabid people, that would be fucking cool. And it's what we deserve, honestly. But do I see it happening? Nah, probably not. You know, it'll be a peanut butter again.
James Hollis says Boston misses you.
You gotta take a better swing.
Yeah. What else we got?
I brought up a good memory last week when you had Billy Psycho on.
Please. Now, Billy Psycho from Staten Island as well, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I got a couple of things about Staten. Okay, 2 quick stories. Well, kind of quick anyway.
Hey, we got time. We're doing a show. Now's the time to do them.
All right. A while ago, I had read this interview with Vinny Stigma. And he was talking about, like, you know, shit that he was doing, boy, he was doing punk rock and everything, and Floyd Nuster Front and everything, blah, blah, blah. And he mentions a band, he mentions Future Shock. And I'm thinking, Future Shock? What? That's the fucking name. Okay, go back to, like, maybe 1976, maybe it was, or whatever. And it was, like, around Memorial Day or Veterans Day, whatever. It was some, like, long weekend. And on Staten Island, up the block from where I lived on Hard G Street, my Uncle Vinny and my Aunt Mary, they have a backyard party, right? And
what part of Staten Island was this?
Stapleton, right, but not too far from the projects.
Yep.
And they're having a backyard party, and they got a couple of bands playing. They got 2 bands playing, and they were playing on during the day. And I remember, I was like 1976. I was like 8 years old, or whatever it was. You know? And we were the band playing, and they were called Future Shock. And I'm thinking, I'm like, could it be? So I asked Vinny, from what I can remember, I'm like, okay. At first, I asked him if he remembers Joe. He's like, who the hell knows? So he's like, it's possible. I was like, okay. Did your singer kind of have like shaggy, like Rod Stewart hair and a big nose?
Right.
Yeah, the Jew. I'm like, did you guys used to cover Suffragette City? He's like, yeah, I hated that song. Vinny Stigma was in the first live band that I ever seen in my my Aunt Mary Ogilvy's backyard in Staten Island. Because somebody posted an old picture of them, and I'm looking at Vinny from back then. He had the mustache and the hair. I'm like,
I got one of those. Wow.
Yeah. So there's that. And then me and Billy are hanging out, you know, years later, and he's talking about when he's a kid and he ran away, or he's always having problems with his family, right? With his mother. And we were still in Staten Island. Like, he was working at working for a friend of ours. They had pit bulls. And Billy used to go down to this place that me and Roger wound up living in. It was a garage. It used to be an old tire repair shop, a tire place. No electricity, no heat, no running water. And they had pit bulls. So Billy would go in there and clean up the things. And I'd meet him. He'd come by my house, my aunt's house, where I was staying at the time. It's a long confusing thing. Anyway, so he'd come by and he'd get me. We get a 6-pack of Meisterbrow. Yeah, we go down to the garage. He'd clean up. I'd give him a hand. We clean up with the dogs. Clean up the dog shit. Give him food and water, whatever. And we'd stare and we watched Thundercats drinking the Meisterbrow on TV. And we both decided that Chitara was hot. I remember one afternoon.
There you go.
So he's telling me, we're talking, we're bullshitting. And he's telling me about when he's a kid and all that. And he was saying, like, he was like, yeah, you know the group home next to the church on Todd G Street? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I was there for a little bit when I was a kid. And when he said that, all of a sudden it was like, I'm looking at his face and it's like, shoom. And he's a little kid again. And he's at the window going, yelling at all the kids walking by. And I was like, I fucking remember you.
Wow.
He was this crazy kid. He was a couple years older than me, but he was this crazy kid in the house. And they used to always say, don't go by the window. That kid's going to yell at you. And I was like, the little kid walk by it. He'd go by, he'd be like, ah! And it was fucking Billy Psycho as a little kid.
Billy's doing okay now.
He looks great. That was a great interview. That was a lot of fun.
He was great. All right, you
Yeah.
ready for this? I got a picture this of Vinny Stigma. The date on this is 1977. Look at that.
Yeah, there he is with the fucking
With the mustache playing bass.
Yeah.
Vinny Stigma in 1977.
Yeah, I don't know what he played in Future Shock. Or maybe he played bass. Another story with Stigma. I almost sang for the Eliminators.
Is that right?
They were a three-piece, and it was Vinny, I don't know the drummer, and the other guy, Kevin.
Here's another one. Look at this crew, bro. Look at this crew.
Yeah, look at him. Jesus Christ.
Go on, the Eliminators.
Yeah, and he had the other guy, Kevin Sane. That was his name. And they were looking to make it become a four-piece, get a singer. Vinny was playing bass in the Eliminators. And so I was like, all right, somebody hooked it up, whatever. A friend of this girl I knew in Yonkers, Liz. I said, all right, I'll go try out for them. And I remember going all the way out to fucking Queens. I couldn't even tell you where the fuck this place was. I had to get there again. You know what I mean? I went there on the train. How I got there, who the hell knows? And practiced once, and it went okay. I didn't really. I think I might have sang one or two songs. I don't, it was just like a quick tryout kind of thing. And then a couple of weeks later, I'm at A7. I remember it's like one of the first times I went to A7.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like Killer Instinct, Ultraviolence and Scratch was singing. And Butch Lust and the Hypocrites, of course.
Always.
Shit like that,
The head lickers, right?
Yeah, the head lickers, so I'm there. And I see Vinny. And I'm like, hey, and I'm like, what's going on? And he didn't recognize me or whatever. He's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, so what's going on? He's like, yeah, we broke up. I'm like, oh, okay. So that was the end of that.
Vinny Stigma had a people don't realize Vinny Stigma had a whole musical career before Agnostic Front.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, let me do my last sponsor break.
Yeah,
and we'll come back and we'll take some more questions.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, there you go. Once again, our guest is the Reverend Paul Bearer. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Everybody around the world, I hope you're well. I also want to didn't mention it on this show. If you want to support this show, don't be shy. There is a Patreon page. As a matter of fact, we talked about the cinematic and music walking tour that we did yesterday. That was a Patreon-only thing. I post all kinds of never-before-seen photos and footage because I'm sick of putting my stuff on the internet and having it passed around like a cheap Tijuana hooker. It goes on the Patreon page. Sometimes that's it. Also, every other Wednesday, we do a Patreon-only show. Hi there, racist pigs. Oh, hi, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Like I said, love when people call me a racist pig. It's like a fucking Jewish kid grew up in New York City, right? Like, oh my God. Where was I? Patreon. Hey, listen, if you really want to support us racist pigs, there is the Patreon page. Come support the show. Oink, oink. That said, don't be so silly. Join Patreon. Also, want to shout out my sponsor, our sponsor, the Texas Silver Rush. Texas Silver Rush is a jewelry design firm and boutique store located in the birthplace of the Texas country music scene in Fredericksburg, Texas. They specialize in working with musicians in all music genres to design and create unique one-off pieces, as well as to style them for stage, album covers, promo photos, and social media exposure. Their client list includes Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Greg Rollet, Ringo Starr, and of course, Agnostic Front. During this current pandemic, all information and online sales are being taken on their Facebook and Instagram pages, and of course, www.thetexassilverrush.com. Last but not least, Your Core fan page. In the wake of the pandemic, Your Core Chris created Your Core fan page, utilizing lessons learned from over 20 years of being an educator and social worker. He decided to try and reach where hardcore punk and the surrounding genre of bands create not only their music, but their message. The interviews are from a psychological perspective to harvest motivation. Personal insight and perspective. Please reach out to them on Facebook or Instagram. If you have content to share or you want to promote your band, Your Core fan page. Want to mention a couple of shows coming up. Wednesday, April 25th, from Minor Threat, Bad Religion, Junkyard, and Dag Nasty. On the Racist Pig Show will be Brian Baker. On the Racist Pig Show, hosted by your Jewish host, Brian Baker. So there you go. We're super excited about having Brian on the show. Then after that, hello. After that, we just announced this one from Straight Ahead, Rest in Pieces, Biohazard, and Helmet. Mr. Rob Escheverria will be on the show. Lots to talk about with Rob. And then, looking ahead to the not so distant future, on May 9th, Mr. Roy Mayorga from Stone Sour, Soulfly Ministry, Hell Yeah, Amoebics, and Nausea will be on the show. So we got a lot of good stuff cooking. Good looking. That said, everyone's getting a kick out of the Racist Pig thing. I know, right? There you go. Yep. Oh, good line. Mark Tolch, just doubled down on my Patreon because I still own one Screwdriver record. All right. Good. Here you go. Hey, Paulie, only racist guests from this point forward, Drew.
Well, they're the best kind, ain't they?
Yeah.
Great.
God.
Everybody go fuck themselves.
Seriously, man.
You know.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It's like, I got to check it past. I did a lot of stupid shit when I was a kid. And I'm not going to lie about it or cover it up or deny it. I was a young, stupid kid. We all do stupid shit. I grew up. I grew out of things. I changed, and you learn. You live and you fucking learn. And you try not to be an asshole anymore. Try anyway. But it's like, it's one thing, if there's one thing in this whole thing, is like, I never bullshitted anybody throughout this whole thing. I never fucking lied to you. I never fucking told you nothing that wasn't true, or unless it was to save you from yourself. but I'm not gonna bullshit you.
Well, it's the world we live in now. It's like sometimes it's like he put his hand on my ass in the '60s.
It's like
the fucking '60s, man. What the fuck you did?
That's that whole thing. The whole Mario Cuomo, whatever is Cuomo.
You know what? That's good enough, though.
You know what I mean? That whole thing. It's like, is he a creep? Probably. I don't fucking know. But like all these, he touched me. It's like, well, you didn't seem that upset about it when he was kissing you on the cheek. And it's like, did he really do half the shit? I don't fucking know. But it's like, why did it take you 20 years to bring it up? And like, the whole women, you can't say that. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I just don't get it. I think they all suck anyway. But I don't know, that whole thing.
It's a crazy world now, and all you got to do is is an accusation,
Yeah. Oh no, exactly.
Hey, out there, hey, let's take some more questions here. I hate to interrupt the racist diatribe going on in the chat room, but boy, because the gang is really taking the ball and run with it, let's see. Lenny asks, Paul, have you ever gotten to a fist fight after you guys played because of something you said on stage?
Not that I can recall. I mean, I've gotten in many fist fights, but not because of anything that I've said. I mean,
stage. It's a fucking stage.
I've said a lot of things, some things I'm not too proud of. Especially when I was younger, I said a lot of stupid shit. But I invite people to call me on my shit. You want to come and talk to me? We could talk. I'm not, I'm not an asshole. I'm not a bully. I'm not gonna punch you in the face. No, if I might make somebody mad saying this, but you know what? So be it. We should be able to call each other on our shit here, and that's one thing with especially in this hardcore and the punk rock community that we have. We should be able to call each other on our shit. Not everything that everybody says is fucking gospel. Okay? If you disagree with somebody, tell them you disagree with them, and you should be able, but tell them respectfully, and come out there and try to talk to them. That being said, the person who is getting who was the point of this, don't come back at your fan or your or supporters or the person questioning you in a manner really unbefitting to what you supposedly stand for. Just because they disagree with you does not make them less than you. And it doesn't give you the right to act like a bully towards them. Talk to them. I mean, if they're coming at you like an asshole and they're being jerks, well, then by all means, do what you got to do. But if they're coming at you respectfully and disagree with you and questioning where you're coming from, talk to them. Talk it out with them. You know, be as respectful to them as they are to you, and have a dialogue. You know, that's what keeps this thing going.
Absolutely.
Not everybody, you know, just because some people think they might be experts or they have knowledge in certain things, that does not make them absolute. Does not make them absolute. And I'm not going to mention names because I don't think it's necessary. I think some people.
Yeah, no sense in that, but yeah.
You know, I think, but don't be a bully. Don't come across something unbefitting you as to what you're trying to portray yourself as being. You are belittling it by acting the way you're acting. Stop that. Stop that now.
There you go. Lenny said, I like what Kevin said. Kevin says, I've been violated. Woo! Yeah, absolutely. Everybody says that's how we learn, you know, and then they blame it on their zodiac sign. Good one. That's good. That's good. Zippy says, unless they're midgets, and then you could, because they're for kicking.
Hey, you leave the little people alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did I, hold on. Okay. Our boy Hags, A7 Rampage Mosh Crew. How did the Facebook song "My Life Sucks with No Redeeming Social Value" come about?
Yeah, well, it's on one of their records. I don't know about the Facebook song, but look, they asked me to sing on the record, and I sang on it.
There you go. What the fuck more do you need? How did it come about? Hey, hold on a second. Hello, is Paul there?
Hey, you want to sing the song? All right, sure. Cool.
When?
Yeah, when? Where? All right, cool. Boom.
oh yeah, you know what? We got to touch on this. Chris Boy says, "Thank you for speaking out about the Proud Boys." Let's just touch on that a second. Yeah, I know. You know, the Proud Boys sort of angled themselves, you know, and kind of and put up that sheer terror flag, and you basically said, "Yo, Proud Boys aren't welcome anywhere in the vicinity of sheer terror." Can you give us a little take on that?
What happened was it was the guy who started the thing. I guess he had mentioned us on his radio show or some shit like that, and was talking, I guess, you know, in favor of us or thinking like us, whatever. And I was like, you know what? I don't need this jerk off talking about my band. I don't need any of these people fucking, you know, that crowd. I don't need. I don't want. And I just told him, listen, you're not welcome. All right? I don't like that. I'm not supporting your bullshit. I'm not calling you Nazis. I'm calling you clowns. And I don't want you here. I nothing to do with it. And of course they went, oh, what the hell can you say that? Blah, 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 blah. And even people who weren't even involved with them coming at me like, why would you want to talk to your fans like this? I'm like, well, why wouldn't I talk to these people like this? What do you mean my fans? These aren't my fans. And if they are my fans, then I'm going to check them. Of course I'm going to talk to them like that. What am I, you know, that's what got me. It's like a lot of bands don't do that no more. Check your fucking fans. If they're acting like assholes, if these people are jerks, fuck record sales, fuck attendance at shows, check them on this shit, and tell them to go fuck themselves. Don't be fucking afraid. Stop being afraid. Just because you're not going to sell that many shirts that night, or that many tickets at the show, or that many records no more. Because people are afraid to take stands now, and that's bullshit. You should always take a stand, something that you fucking believe in. And if something's wrong, you tell them it's wrong. And you tell them to go fuck themselves, and they're not welcome. That's what this thing is supposed to be about. Point fucking blank. And that's what I told them. And then they went off and they printed up on one of those stupid things, Sheer Terror Proud Boy shirts, because, you know, that was going to affect us somehow.
Yeah, they took the ball and ran. They took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, and I already came out against them in a couple of friggin' different articles and stuff like that. And, you know, they never did nothing. They never came. They're not going to come to the shows. They're not going to start anything. You know, they have more every fucking opportunity to, and they still, if they want to, they can. I'm not scared, and there'll be plenty of people there to have my fucking back. You know, I'm not trying to act like a fucking tough guy by no fucking means, but I ain't afraid to punch anybody in the fucking face either. All right,
And I also
stay away.
I also want to say, also, you know, I know we talked about when we were young and we were teenagers, but like, nowadays, I think New York hardcore and the whole thing, it's really a mixed bag of people, man.
Yeah.
It's really not compartmentalized. One great thing, what I love it, you know, one of the reasons I love it is that we got everybody in the mix here, like Mel Brooks would say. Like Mel Brooks said, we got chinks, we got Jews, we got
Exactly.
we got them all.
Exactly.
You know? And that's one of the things I love about what we have here in New York City, right? I mean, especially you guys and you know, you guys have always had a multi-ethnic crew, man.
Oh, no, big time. Always have and always will. And it's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, again, like the whole thing, like when I'm hanging out with these fucking jerkos when I was a kid, these, you know, quote, unquote, Nazis or whatever. The Nazis. Not only, especially because of growing up in New York City and being involved in the punk rock scene, half the fucking people I know are Jewish, for Christ's sakes. You know, I know more about Judaism than half the Jews I know because of punk rock.
Yeah.
You know, I know the story about Hamantashen and why it's Haman's hat and why they eat the cookie. I know the whole story. You know what I'm saying?
Question from Gregory Hanaway. Do you think Philly has the best sandwiches?
Oh, that's, you know what? That's a good one. Philly roast pork. The John's roast pork. Yes, I would have to say.
John Joe's?
No, John. Just John's roast pork.
Okay.
John's roast pork, delicious. I mean, you can't go wrong with a cheesesteak. I know there's different places that people go. I like Pat's, but there's plenty of other fucking places.
Well, Pat's is the gold standard, right?
You know, but there's plenty of places you get a good cheesesteak. But John's roast pork, that's delicious. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Philly has great sandwiches, but you get great sandwiches here in New York as well. Part
of the Philly regimen when we play down there is after you play, you go out, you got to go to Pat's afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was. I mean,
I get my boy before we even go there. I call my boy Jamie, and I have him pick up sandwiches for us at John's Roast Pork to bring to the shows. So we'll have one like before we go on, when we go back to the hotel, and then on the ride home.
Everybody's chiming in on John's. John's is the best. This is a good question. And hey, keep posting a couple of questions. We're going to go on for a little while longer. So this one's from Gary TC Fly. What's up? Favorite Motown artist? And if it's not Stevie Wonder, I retract my question and leave it a hub. Let's talk about. I know you're a big Motown fan. Favorite Motown artist?
Huge soul fan. Huge soul music fan.
Yeah.
Motown in particular. And that's hard because I love them all, but I gotta say, Junior Walker and the All Stars.
Oh wow!
One of them, because also to this day, one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. 15 years old, and I went to go see them at Danceteria.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they were fucking phenomenal. I stood right in front of the stage. They were fucking phenomenal.
That's great. That's great. You know, I want to play this clip, and I want to talk about this. Let me clear all this other shit off the deck here. You know, I'm wearing the Clash. I'm a big Clash fan. I know you are too. You know, Clash is huge for both of us. I want to play a little bit of this clip, and let's talk about this. Hold on, let me find it. Boop, 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 boop. Hold on, where is it? Hold on. There you go. Yeah. Here we go. A little bit of this. Now it's shot in the audience a little bit. Let me get this. Oh man.
That was fun.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Listen, I gotta say, I did those shows with you. I did two of them, one in LA, one here. Man, you stole the show, bro.
Thank you.
Really, and you touched my heart, man. You
Thank
really did. Like,
Thank
wow. It was the most emotional moment of the night. I didn't see it coming. I didn't know you had it in you, bro. You know, it was really. Tell us a little bit about what that was.
Well, it's through our very good friend Jesse Mallon.
Yep.
Through the Joe Strummer Foundation. They do the Strummerville these shows, the benefit shows. It's always usually for the Joe Strummer Foundation, which is to play instruments for kids who can't afford them, and also they always like donate to other charities as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gets them together. They do clash songs. There are songs written by Joe Strummer, and he gets a bunch of different people involved in it, like different musicians from different bands and whatnot. And he's had me do it 4 times, I think now.
Yeah.
Twice in California, once in London, and once in New York.
You went out to London to do it.
Oh, we were on tour already, Sheer Terror.
Ah.
And they were doing it a week after we were leaving. So Jesse, God bless him, paid for my hotel to stay in London for a week.
That's nice, man.
Yeah. No,
Let's talk about Jesse for a second. A lot of people don't know who he is.
Godsend New York hardcore, sing for Heart Attack, Degeneration, great bands all in their own.
Yeah.
And now singer-songwriter on his own. He's coming to his own. Great singer-songwriter. Also, entrepreneur, club and bar owner with his partners and many different ventures like Coney Island High, Niagara.
A7s are, yep.
Yeah, 2A. You got Coney Island Baby or whatever the hell it was there for a minute. The Brownie.
Yeah, it was Coney Island Baby, wasn't it? Yeah.
And he had that there for a minute there.
Now, but wait a second. Let me tie that in. Coney Island Baby was where Brownies was. Who used to work the door. Same space, right?
Yep. And Jesse, whatever, he's been around, and he's a boy about town, and he takes care of business, and he doesn't forget his friends. He doesn't forget who you are, but don't take his kindness for weakness, because he don't be a jerk off, because if you're good with him, he will remember you, and he will take care of you. He'll do anything he can to help you out and help bands out, and he'll by either giving you a job or doing something, which he did for a lot of people in the scene, and he still does to this day. And I love him. I can't say enough good things about him.
He loves you, man. He loves you, man.
Great guy. Great guy.
Let's do another Chucky Brown question. I don't know about this, so you got to fill me in. I know he's a fan of Sham 69, and Sheer Terror covered the song "What Have We Got." Did Sheer Terror ever put out the 7-inch called Sheer 69, or those songs used in Chaos for Kristen EP? What is that? Explain that.
The Chaos for Kristen EP, we recorded 3 Sham 69 songs. What Have We Got? Poor Cow. That's Life.
Cool.
Yeah, recorded them as a benefit for my friend Mark from the Anti-Heroes. He's the guitarist, Mark. Right? His wife had passed away from cancer when I was young. She was young, and this we helped put that out to help alleviate some of the medical bills and hospital bills. That's
got it.
So yeah, came out of Chaos for Christmas, the whole 3 songs.
I want to ask you about you worked at Brownies for years, right? And
Brownies, and then into Hi-Fi. I was there just short of 20 years.
Any memories from the early days in Brownies? I know there was a couple bands that went through there that really kind of went on to do a couple big things. Did anything resonate with you that you were like, look at this band, nobody's fucking in here watching them, and then they turn or not just that, but anybody from that, like, you remember anything, any of those moments?
Well, of course, I was there like when the yeahs were just getting started, and
sorry about that. No,
Interpol. Interpol used to play there a lot. They used to get a really big Polish crowd from Brooklyn, which I used to work
Is that right?
Yeah, a lot of Polish from Brooklyn loved Interpol. Maybe it was the pole part. I don't know. Hey,
right.
The best band that I loved there, where I actually kept because we had the 2 doors. You walked to the first door, then there was a second door before you actually walk in. I actually kept the door open. Was wow, and now I'm thinking of the name of the band. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not Spin Doctors and all that.
No.
Did you have to suffer through that?
No, I was there after that. I was there after that shit.
Okay.
I was there after that shit. No, God, why can't I think of the name of this fucking band? They put out the record.
Give me a hint. Give me a clue.
They're like a Southern rock band.
Oh, not Copperhead.
No. They put out the double thing. It was like the whole Leonard Skinner story there.
Junkyard? No.
Oh, no. Southern rock. Oh, God. I can't remember the fucking name of the goddamn band. I'm such a moron now.
Southern rock from where? From
down south. Like they down south.
Come on. Oh, Raging. No, not Raging.
They were
not Raging Slab. Raging Slab was a New York band.
I'm talking like late 90s.
Oh, the brothers. There were brothers in the band. That one.
No, maybe
not so. Drive-by Truckers.
Drive-by Truckers. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Joshua Sheraton, and we have a winner. I wouldn't have fucking guessed that. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I totally drew a blank on the name. They were fucking great. They were great. Yeah, they played there twice. I saw them there. This is the band
I couldn't remember. Kings of Leon. That's who I was. That's the brothers. That's the band.
Oh, no, I know who they are.
Drive-by Truckers.
Yeah, but Drive-by Truckers. Yeah. No, they were fucking. They were great. They were great. I knew nothing about them. Nothing about them at all. And they just started playing. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I like this. Like, this is weird.
It happens when you work in the door in a place like that, right?
Like, there's a lot of bands play there that I don't really remember too much about, but but every now and then you caught something that was cool. You know what I mean?
Counting Crows. Ooh, I hope you didn't have to. I hope you didn't have to suffer through that.
No.
Okay. Do you really dislike Fugazi?
I just don't like it. It just does nothing for me.
Never rang my bell either, brother.
Yeah, it does nothing for me. I mean, I can see why people like them, and I can understand, but it's like I used to tell my old boss from Hi-Fi and Brownies, Mike, that he'd like talk about all these friggin' bands like Fugazi or whatever, like all these like bands like after like hardcore and all that shit. And I would just look at him like, you know what? I didn't go to college.
I'm not cool. I'm not cool. I'm not hip enough for that.
You know what I mean? This is all like college music, like college bands, like the college kids like would listen to. And I'm like, I didn't go to college. I was out there playing music myself. I didn't listen to Superchunk or these bands like that. Like that means
I don't even know what they sound like.
I couldn't even tell you. I'm sure that I've heard them many, many times. I could not tell you.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep. What else we got? Well, let's see. Anybody else? Oh God.
Hang it on. Don't be shy.
Oh, hold on. What's this guy? No, you're not. I don't see you. Did I give you the wrong? No, you're not. Come backstage. No. Let me see what else we got here. Hope you're not in a rush, bro.
Not at all.
What is this? Oh, come on. Don't look for trouble here. How does he feel about cancel culture and censorship?
Fuck him. I don't really.
We kind of went through this shit already, right?
Cancel culture. I mean, whatever. I mean, there's certain things I think are ridiculous. Certain things, yeah. I mean, you should. I mean, okay, it's enough of that. There's enough of certain things. Like, okay, we really don't need that anymore. Like with the whole fucking like the what do you call it? Confederate flag. Yeah, I had it there. Like, so we didn't know what the fuck it was when we were kids, but now we do, and all this shit. It's like, no, you know what, down south, it's like, you know what, you really don't need to be flying this around anymore. And don't tell me it's part of your heritage, because it's not. It's not part of your heritage. Okay? I'm like, unless your heritage, that's over. It's done. That was an enemy of the state. It's anti-American. Bottom line. So it's like, is that cancel culture? If you think that's cancel culture, then go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? I got no patience for it. And censorship, as in what? What does he mean? I don't understand what he means by censorship. Like, as in what? That Trump doesn't have his fucking a Twitter account no more, or this thing? He doesn't fucking deserve one. I mean, there's certain things I just have no patience for anymore. Whether it be Trump supporters, Proud Boys, QAnon, all these, you got mental problems. I'm sorry. And I don't have any. I got no patience for it. That's why I can never understand, especially if you grew up in the New York tri-state area, being a working class man, woman, whatever, a working class family, how you can support Trump. I don't get it. I don't see. We knew he was a jerk off of the scumbag from fucking day one. His whole family been nothing but scumbags. How can you all of a sudden defend him and support him? I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't understand it. You forget all the shit he's fucking pulled, and especially his fucking dirtbag father.
Well, we grew up in New York, so we remember all that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about people who grew up in New York who support him. How? Why? Are you really that fucking desperate? I understand the working man getting tired of all this shit and all this and political correctness and all that. I get it. I understand. I'm there with you. A lot of the shit pisses me off too. But you know what? The world changes, and sometimes you got to change too. Or you just don't deal with it. But you don't got to be an asshole about it either. Be a jerk off about it and coming out and waving your fucking flags and wrapping yourself in a flag and jumping in the river. You're just a dick, And that's one thing that you should not be in your life, want to be in your life, is a dick. But if that's what you want, go right ahead. But fuck you, I'm not going to support you. And I pissed off a lot of people like that because for some reason, a lot of these fucking clowns or whatever, these Proud Boys or the whatever, this our skinhead fan base or whatever, the working class, for some reason think that I broke their hearts when I came out against fucking Trump. I broke their hearts when I came out against all this fucking shit. For some reason they thought I was still going to be 17 years old and talking about how, squatting is bullshit. And I was like, I'm a fucking grown man now. I've seen the fucking world. I suggest you leave your fucking house and get to know people. Travel around, do what you fucking can. Leave your fucking bubble. That's what I suggest. It's me breaking your heart because I'm not a Trump supporter. Suck my fucking balls, all right? Fuck you. How dare you?
Hey, hey, an old friend of ours wants to say hi.
Sure. Fucking balls, all right?
Mr. Billy Psycho. Hey.
Billy! How you doing, pal?
Nothing much. How you doing, man? Hey,
Good.
I'm sorry to hear about Mama.
Thank you.
Hey, what the fuck?
What's echoing over there? What do you turn your phone off or something? Something's echoing over there
Sorry to
upstate.
hear about Mama.
Yeah, you gotta turn the thing down, Bill.
You can't have everything. You can't have. Jesus, bro. You let them on the show and they just fucking.
My phone.
What is that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Jesus.
Hey.
You got an other window open. Close the other window on your computer.
My phone.
What is that?
You're watching the show and you're on the show at the same time. You can't do that. Jesus.
There you go.
No, I muted him.
Oh.
But now he's off.
Oh. It's all right, Bill. I'm not.
Let me try again. Hey. Fuck. Billy Psycho. Billy Psycho always fucking shit up.
It's all right, Bill. I'm not. Try again. Hey.
What's up, Billy?
I don't know what that is.
All right. Well, say hello to Paulie. Go ahead.
Is that better?
I can still hear it. It's all echoing.
I'll come back later.
All right.
I'm not exactly computer savvy either, Bill. It's all right.
Listen, I was thrilled when he came on, and it was good. It was great,
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's probably his cell phone. He's watching it on his cell phone, and his cell phone's sitting there, and now he's on the computer.
Nah.
We'll see. Yeah, Billy Psycho is always fucking. Yeah. There you go. Wait, there was a couple of things before we got into the last. Hold on, let me poke around here. I know that. Well, fuck Rick to Life. We're not getting. Don't ask Rick to Life questions. We ain't talking about Rick to Life on the show. Who gives a shit?
Another another guy with mental problems. What do you want me to say about him?
Oh God. No. Hey, I know that a real close friend of yours passed away recently, and he was friends with a lot of us as well. A funny Poss story, or a nice memory of our friend Stephen Poss.
Yeah, he was my best friend. He was completely out of his mind, and I miss him. And I'm gonna miss going on the road without him. He was a trip. Geez, where do you begin? The one, well, I told the story on the Murphy's Law thing about the soup.
Now he went with you. You brought him. He went with you all over the world, man.
Yeah,
right?
Europe a bunch of times. We went to Japan. The last story did this one with Japan and Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm.
And he one time. Okay, I mean, we were just hanging out. Forget, we did a lot of stupid shit together. Like up all night, drinking, snorting, fucking, they had to grocery night the product of fucking Colombia, and then crushing up fucking Valiums and snorting those to go to sleep.
Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah, we were assholes.
Oh. That burns my nose just thinking about it.
Yeah, we were jerks. But we were in Poland, and we were selling these shirts, these like polo shirts or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they something like we had to sell them for like 50 zlotys or something like that. That's what we had to sell them for. Whatever, 50 zlotys. That was what we had to sell them for. Okay, so we got them 50 zlotys. Mm-hmm. So 50 zlotys, and this guy and his girl are arguing with Steve. Oh, it should be 40 zlotys. And Steve's like, Well, it's 50s lattes. That's what we have to sell them for. I'm sorry. That's what we had to sell them for. It's 50. Oh, 40s lattes. And the kid's going back and forth, back and forth. And she's like, "You gonna buy one or not?" And the guy's like, "Oh, what are you, a Jew?" To which Paz goes to him, "Matter of fact, I am." And that was 60s lattes.
It just so happens I am a Polak motherfucker, right? Oh, wow. And I know you guys are real close, and that must leave a real, and also all our condolences. We know your mom passed away, and we really appreciate you coming on the show. But we love you, man, and that's what this is about. It's therapeutic, man.
I mentioned that because we were having problems. Things weren't paid up with her life insurance and all this crap, blah, yada, yada. And it sucked. I had to put up a freaking GoFundMe thing, and I felt like a jerk having to do that because I didn't have any fucking money. I haven't been able to work. I haven't been able to do a lot of shit and whatever. And I put up a GoFundMe thing. And I want to thank from the bottom of my heart everybody who donated. Thank you so much. We're having the wake and the service, the memorial on Tuesday. Thanks to you people. I've been able to get my mother's last wishes and have her respectfully put to rest.
Fantastic, man. And that's what not to sound corny, but it's a community and they love you, man.
And I love you guys for doing that, honestly. Thank you so much. Fantastic.
On that note, any Mickey Fitz stories? That would make my day.
Oh, Jesus God, where do we begin? He was another nut. Fucking first person they come over to marry, he's calling me 5 o'clock in the morning. Hello, Paul, we're here. I'm like, that's great. I'll see the show later. All right. Well, I'm gonna make sure that Charlie's gonna be there. And I know if you want to like to talk about these things, but Charlie. And yeah, maybe Charlie will be there. You don't have to call me at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll make sure he's there.
I love when people come to New York. Like a lot of people watch the show think that like me, Sid, Ratbones, and Steven Messina live in a house like the Brady Bunch. It's like.
Yeah, well, it's like I always was talking to my girl about this a while ago. It's like when 9/11 happened, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting phone calls from people, from like the Midwest, stuff like that. Hey, you all right? I'm like, yeah. When did I turn into a day trader? Like,
yeah, right.
What would I be doing down there? Yeah, I'm fine.
Laughter's good, man. Laughter is so therapeutic. And we were talking about Mel Brooks, and like it's sort of what so many people don't get anymore. It's like laughter is so therapeutic. And it's like Mel Brooks's humor. People can get hung up on where the white women at and all that, but
gotta let people crying half the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the old freaking Motown song, you got to dance to keep from crying. So you got to laugh to keep from crying as well. And like if I'm gonna be all serious and pissed off at the world all the time, that'd be a fucking miserable thing. And that's what people's mistake.
We're getting back into people are starting to get into the Mel Brooks thing again.
A lot of people like the misjudgment about me. They think that I'm this angry, pissed off fucking guy who sits around miserable all the time. I'm not. I like to have a good time. I'm one of the world's happiest drunks. If you haven't gotten loaded with me, I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I like to joke around. I love to joke around. And that's what keeps me fucking going. I have to. If I'm going to be serious, I'll be serious, but not all the fucking time. Thinking I'm walking around hating the fucking world, shaking up my fist at everybody. No. Come on.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. So, did you? Yeah, everyone's posting the Mel Brooks shit. So yeah, hey, listen, we just hit the 3-hour mark.
Wow.
So time flies. It's been a great show, and like I said, I appreciate you coming on, man.
No, thank you. This has been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself.
Good. Anybody you want to shout anybody out? Thank anybody? Anything on the way out?
Again, I want to thank everybody who contributed to the GoFundMe to help me out with my mom's wake and memorial service. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I will never forget you for that. Start getting out of your house. Start going to shows like as soon as you freaking can. Support the bands. Even if your friend has a DJ night, go out, support. Enjoy yourselves. Live, for Christ's sakes. Yes, be careful. Don't be a jerk about it. You know, if you got to wear a mask, you wear a mask. I mean, if you got to get the shot, you get the shot. I mean, I understand you don't want to get the shot, but what? Come on. What, they're tracking you. You're walking around with a fucking cell phone and a credit card. They're tracking you if they want to. But then again, think about it. Why the fuck are they tracking you? What are you so fucking important about all of a sudden?
Yeah, what are you running a fucking drug cartel? You're
a plumber. All of a sudden, the government's watching you. What are you talking about? You don't want to get tracked. I know you. You're boring.
Oh, shit. And also, let's mention this again. Let me put up the May 1st flyer because fucking you're getting out there and you're doing it, and it's right around the fucking corner, man.
Yeah, May 1st out in Brooklyn at Arrogant Swine. Limited. There's no pre-sales. It's a limited amount of people, maybe like 100 or so people. And you know, come on out, enjoy yourselves. We're gonna go on to the night too. We're gonna have a DJ in as well. DJ thing going on during and afterwards. And then we'll go down to Atlanta.
Let me get that. Hold on. Let me get that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Let's do it to it. Might as well do it right if we're going to do it all. And then going down to Atlanta to DJ for one night and then to play the next night. Here you go.
Yeah, we're DJing on the 7th. And then we're playing on the 8th. So that should be a fun weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Come down to that. Joe Coffey, first EP, Bright as the Stars Runner, getting finally released on vinyl. Should be out within a month on Lifeline Records out of Chicago. And yeah, thanks again for everything. Stay true to yourselves. Call people on this shit. Don't be afraid of anybody. Don't be afraid of anybody in this fucking scene. Because if you got to be afraid of people in the scene, then they got to get checked. Don't be scared. Stand up. Speak your mind.
Good. I'll talk to you soon, Paulie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, there you have it. We deliver. We deliver here on the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. That was a great show. Really, really, really a great show. I know I see the numbers as the show's happening. I know a lot of people watch the show around the world. I hope you all enjoy it at least half as much as I enjoyed hosting it and doing it. It was really great. Thank you, everybody. I want to remind, just a quick reminder, that another show that we announced in Tompkins Square Park, the A7 Back to the New York Hardcore Roots Comp show is May 8th in Tompkins Square Park. Reaching Out, the Car Bomb Parade, Crazy Eddie, The Last Stand, Kings Never Die, and the infamous Antidote NYHC. It's going to be a great show. Thank you, everyone. If I didn't, let me see. Oh, Frankie Too Far, you're DJing Cousin's show in the park. Looking forward. You know, Frankie, you're my fucking favorite DJ, man. Astoria Lou, what's up, brother? Hope you're well. Meredith Martin, thank you. Everybody, it was a great show. Great show. Philip, David, yeah, man. It was a good one. Jason Byers, hell yeah. 20-year-old pizza. Well, thank you. Loved it. Car Bomb Parade, get your shoes and socks on. You play in the park. Don't play too long. You got fucking a half hour. Get your shit together. Get in the rehearsal room. Paulie Pork Chops, all right. Hey, Bobby. Yeah. Great guest. Yeah, it was great. Had a ball. Maddie only saw 15 minutes of the show. The show can be seen on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the page and be a patron too. Don't be a Patreon. Where's my Patreon link? That's what enables the show to happen. Be an enabler. Join Patreon. It's $2, you cheap fuck. I feel now that Paulie's on the show, I could be like, join the fucking Patreon, you cheap fuck. We could get a little crazy. We've got a little politics today, too. We don't do politics on the show, but Had to let the Reverend Paul Bearer do his thing, you know? Had to let him go. A lot of laughs. That's right. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's the only true currency we have in this wretched life of ours is laughs. You know, baseboard heat. We are baseboard heat. I know. Baseboard heat, scalpel, retroactively mad, ancient inquisitor, hit by a truck, and the gluten-free motherfuckers. These are band names that I have. You can license them from me if you need them. You know? There you go. Don't lurk, you jerk. Join Patreon. You ever going to go on Spotify, Drew? I don't think so. I mean, I can turn some of these shows into just podcasts and put them on Spotify. We're talking about doing sort of like a greatest favorite shows podcast where it's just an audio thing and they're edited down, you know, like a half-hour greatest hits type of thing. But who the fuck has the time to do that? I'm busy watching Mel Brooks movies, you know? So looking forward to Larry the Hunter. Looking forward to the 24th and the 8th. Of course, Larry the Hunter playing in Kings Never Die, formerly of Sub-Zero and sometimes of Murphy's Claw. What the fuck are you doing?
Chairman, mofo. What do you think I'm doing? Trying to catch me on the fly?
What do you think? Do you think you're a bass
New
player?
band name, The Impeccable Ones. Write that down, Drew.
No, not good enough, bro. The Impeccable Ones. That's your big word, impeccable.
Yeah, that's why it's The Impeccable Ones. That's an amazing band name.
What do you think?
talking about?
What do you think? If you play that thing, you're gonna get any better?
Nah, I just play because I just don't give a fuck. I mean, isn't that what shitty punk rock is about?
That you are the king of shitty punk rock, bro.
Nah. There's quite a few that.
Sometimes this guy's DJing. I go up to him like, "What the fuck is this you're playing? It sucks."
See, you might think it sucks, but everybody else likes it.
I think everything sucks for the most part. You know.
Exactly, Drew. Exactly.
Sid and the kids. Did you have fun on the walking tour yesterday?
Yeah, it did. It was really fun, and there was actually quite a few things that I didn't even know, especially with the Type O Negative video shoot, actually, and how it looked obviously back in the 90s compared to 2021.
Come do my walking tour, man. I get jiggy with it.
Yeah, as I said, be a Patreon, motherfuckers, and you get to do these walking tours. As he said,
go ahead, say it again.
Actually, get some good running shoes because you're going to be walking quite a fucking bit.
Bro, we did 8 miles yesterday. I feel like I got kneecapped, you know, like someone hit me in the knee with a baseball bat, you know? Yeah, listen, where's Lenny? It's not really a walking tour for you. Bring your electric bike, bro.
Hey, you know what? But I was a part of the tour. That's what counts, though.
Listen, bro. I know. I bust your balls, man. But you were. Wait, I'm looking for the great shot from with you with the bike. Come on, where is that? I mean, you got off the bike a couple of times, right?
Yeah, I had to be part of the walking tour.
You had to walk a little bit, you know. A lot of good pictures, man, from the walking tour. Here, you got off the bike here for this one. Look at this crew we had, man. We had a good crew yesterday. Good crew right here. How about that, huh? That was a walking tour yesterday.
Ooh. And of course, my bike had to steal the show and be in the foreground or in the background. Actually, that thing's a fucking boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, and then more people showed up as we went. Exactly. You know, yeah, didn't like 2 or 3 people literally like ran up on us like about a block down?
Yeah, people. Yeah, right. Chucky and them. Yep. It was good. All right, man. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Drew.
Keep practicing. Keep practicing, bro.
I maybe one day just might be able to play one decent song, but who knows? Who knows?
So it's punk rock. You could suck. It's fine.
Hey, look. That's how the Ramones started. Hey.
You know, in the great words of Arnie Stone, you're a little rough on your guys today. You're a little rough on your guys. I love my guys. You know that. I really do. and this show's a success, and they're a big part of it, you know. So I bust their balls, but come on. Can you imagine this is the 118th show I've done. I'm like half insane from this shit already. Yeah. And then the weed smokers on the walking tour, like, you know, they like faded behind as we went on. They like fell into the distance, you know. But yeah, Sid's a good egg. I know. All my guys are fine. You know, a little rough on your guys. You don't want to lose them. No, Papa, I don't want to lose them for sure. I'm a little rough on you. A little rough on your guys. I got to get my dad to do that. We got to like sample it, you know. So that said, you know, close to 300 people watch. Yo, this was a very well watched show. I was just really honored to have Paul on the show. Seriously, that meant a lot to me personally. And his mom just passed away, and his best friend just passed away, and he came on here, and he was really great. So if I go over 138, Al Baril will come back and do 4 hours. No, we're gonna end it here. We'll see you a week from today with Danny Schuler from Biohazard. That said, I want to thank everybody.